Oh, hey there. I'm just like you. I wanted to see the Joker 2. Or actually, according to the box office, I'm nothing like you because I wanted to see the Joker 2. I don't know why. I never even saw Joker 1 because I knew that was garbage. It's just a rip-off of those like much better movies. Really a bad idea to just remind people of the much, much, much better Martin Scorsese movies that you're ripping off by literally putting the guy from them in the movie, but whatever. I never saw Joker 1, but I said, this Joker 2, this is going to be good because I heard it's a musical. So I was going to go see it. And then right before I saw it, I got spoiled. And I think everybody did. Maybe this is why no one's going to go see it, is because I found out from Twitter, the internet, everybody's abuzz about this, that the Joker gets brutally raped in the movie. Which a lot of people seem to find funny, but to me, that seems horrible. You know, I never expected the Joker to go through anything traumatic or bad. You know, a bad guy getting raped, that sounds still bad somehow. So anyway, I went to see the movie. I'm going to give you my review on this movie, but I realized something while watching it. There's something about this. A psychopath, a guy with violent tendencies who dresses like the Joker in a musical involving rape. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but something about all of that just seemed, I don't know, a little familiar.
You should always remember to pick and choose your friends wisely.
All right, yeah, the Santa Cruz Joker. Okay, well, anyway, this is Pod Awful. Welcome, everybody. This is the show. This is Pod Awful, and my review of the Joker 2, Folie A Deux.
Joker, baby.
Pod Awful talks about me a lot.
Yeah, that's true. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Hi, henchmen. This is Pod Awful. Welcome. I'm your host, Jesse P.S., and I will be giving my review of Joker 2, Folie A Deux, which I'm pretty sure, if you're anything like me, you had never heard that term before ever. But if you're also anything like me, then you're going to pretend like you did. And you're going to start saying it all the time. You looked it up on Wikipedia. You just figured it out. And now you're like, oh, I get it. And also, I always knew about that thing. It's just like that time you saw the Breaking Bad episode Fugue State the first time. You're like, yeah, I always knew about Fugue States. Whatever. Anyway, the point is, we will be reviewing Joker number 2. I can't believe this movie even came out. I can't believe they did this. Seems like a joke. And I guess it is. I guess the punchline is that no one is seeing it, that it's made like $0 at the box office. We'll talk about it in just a bit. But Santa Cruz Joker, obviously, is going to be very important to all of this. We are live as we are Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, podawful.tv. We got the live chat room going on. We also go live on Wednesdays for our premium episodes over on the Pizza Fund. Let's see what they're saying in the chat room. Yes, the Clown Prince of Carbs returns. They're saying in the chat room, H2BH. Cesar Romero and Heath Ledger were the most iconic. Make sure in the chat you guys tell me your most iconic Jokers. We will be, in fact, I'm going to run a poll right now. Oh my God. I'm going to run a poll right now. Who was the most iconic Joker? Now, of course, on YouTube, the polls only let you do 4. And of course, there's been, I believe, 80 Jokers at this point. So we're going to have to make some tough calls here. Okay, let's see. Obviously, Heath Ledger is certainly up there. Jack Nicholson. And then you've got Harlan, Dale, Absher, the third or the second. I don't remember. I think it's the second. And then, which is just Junior. Really, when you think about it, you're getting pretty fancy when you're breaking out the Roman numerals and you don't have a son also named you at that point. If you ain't John Jacob Jingleheimering with your dad and your son, you don't get to be the second. There's no the second. You're Junior. We're going to call you JR for short. Okay, and then finally, your fourth choice is, of course, P. Diddy. Okay, lock in your votes now. We will be checking who is the most iconic Joker of all time. This is a show where we talk about movies, a podcast about the act of cinema. And with me today, I don't know how we got him, it's Hans. We talk about movies and we talk about pop culture and comic books and, gay shit for nerds, basically. I'm an adult man. You're an adult man. You need to hear an adult man talk about the shit that you remember from when you were a boy. And then you also need to talk to a fucking therapist about that. Welcome to Pod Awful! Okay. Mark Hamill. They're actually locking in the chat room. Somebody said Mark Hamill is the most iconic Joker, lest we forget. Or what about the ginger nerd from that Gotham TV show? Wang was on that. I think I was on that, actually. Was I ever on Gotham? I might have been. I was an extra at the time Gotham was shooting in New York City. I might have been on Gotham. I don't remember. I was on several superhero shows. I honestly don't remember. If you remember the shows you were on as an extra, actually, you know what? I was in New York still when they shot Joker 1. I saw them shooting it. You ever see them photos back when Joker 1 was still being made? And it was kind of a buzz. Everybody was a buzz about this movie. It's just about the Joker. There's no Batman. I hope to God there's no fucking Batman. Oh, thank God it's not Jared Leto. They were doing all that. And there were all these photos of, what's his name? Joaquin Phoenix. There were all these photos of him running through the subway. They really shot that in New York and down in the subway. And I got off the subway one day and it was there. It was happening. I saw the man running, all the stuff. I saw that with my own eyes. It's crazy. And now here we are, years later. The sequel is bombing. The man named Santa Cruz Joker is bombing. And somehow my life has revolved around talking about some incel who dresses up like the Joker for the past 5 years. For longer than that movie has been out, actually, the original Joker movie. All right, we're going to come back to Santa Cruz Joker in just a bit. I want to tell you guys something. I got a little Joker-related story for you. A few weeks back, some of you know this story, okay, but bear with me. A few weeks back, before the new Joker movie came out, I know I'm a little bit of a Johnny-come-lately with this, but this was a little while ago. I hadn't been inside a Chick-Fil-A in I don't know how long, okay? And I'm afraid to report, ladies and gentlemen, and this is not to get too political here, but the West has fallen. Now, what do I mean by that? I'll explain. All right, Chick-fil-A, listen, this isn't a racist thing, okay? But Chick-fil-A was essentially the last fast food bastion for the white man left, which is ironic because of the fried chicken, but it's true. They've been in this epic battle with Popeyes and stuff now for years over chicken sandwiches, and something happened. Last time before I had been in Chick-fil-A, it was staffed by beautiful, smiling white people. I don't know. I'm an old man. My birthday was the other day, and I turned old, and I can recall a time. This is going to sound crazy to some of you guys. Let me lock in the chat if you're with me on this one. I can recall a time where when you would go to a fast food place, what you would see there are a white teenager who lived down the street from you. That's who worked at McDonald's. Some kid with zits picking his boogers. But, hey, listen, you go into McDonald's, you ask for a double cheeseburger with no ketchup, and you get a double cheeseburger with no ketchup. life was pretty swell. And then I don't know what happened. Was it Kamala? I don't know what happened here. Kamala? How do you say it? I'm not exactly sure. Bidenomics kicked in. And at some point, we sort of they live style, all of the fast food workers got replaced. Now, not with horrifying, bug-eyed skeleton aliens, not with thinly veiled anti-Semitic tropes in a John Carpenter movie that he's had to, ever since then, say that it has nothing to do with Jewish people. But listen, we've all seen the movie. We're all trying to buy a pair of the sunglasses. Not with these horrifying bug monster zombie people. They've been replaced with brown people. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, you know, theoretically, on paper. It's a lot like the DARF problem at YouTube, okay, that we've discussed. I got no problem with it on paper, but in action, it gets bad because it used to be I would go, and this, I think black and brown people will actually enjoy this thought that I'm having. I used to go to Chick-Fil-A to be served by my white slaves. That's what I loved about it. They were forced. They were drilled into their fucking faces, having these bolted on smiles. I loved it. And I could tell they had pain on their face. They hated it there. Of course, we've all worked in these shitty fast food service industry type jobs. It's the easiest job ever, and yet they complain like it's the worst. And so did I when I worked there. And I expect nothing of them. But there was something so nice about going to a Chick-fil-A and seeing these painted on smiles on these otherwise bound and gagged, horrified, crying. Like you could tell some of them had even shit their pants, white children. And then the cherry on top of my cookies and cream milkshake. Ooh, God. That moment when they were forced to say to me, for anything I did in the restaurant, my pleasure. My pleasure. And of course, you know, Chick-fil-A's like it used to be, you know, they opened one up in New York City. It used to be they were only in the South. So it was always in that accent, which makes it a lot nicer and slavier. White slave, you can't be mad at me. You know, a white slave style, licking a toilet. I'm a white slave. I'm a white slave. That sort of thing. So something about that, my pleasure. It tickled my fancy. It went right up and down my spine, that my pleasure. You know what I'm talking about. You've been at Chick-fil-A. You know what I'm talking about. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the West has fallen. Gavin McInnes has been warning you. Ben Shapiro somehow has been warning you. I don't know how he's been warning you from the Middle East, but he's been doing it about the West. Also, from straight up the East, you've got a guy like, what's that guy's name? Fo Chungus. What? Oh my God, there can't be a man's name. What is his name? What is that droopy-eyed Asian fishmonger-looking guy on Twitter that he's always in the culture war and now he talks like Elon Musk? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? This is going off the beaten path. I think my brain's starting to get beaten. This is a little scary. Why do I think this man's name is Fo Chungus? That cannot be a real human being's name. It's like something normal, probably. It's like a normal man's. Does anyone have? I cannot continue until I know who I'm talking about. It's a guy, huge Twitter account. He pretends he's friends with Elon Musk, and now he talks like him. Ian Miles Chiongus. They're saying in the chat. Thank you. Holy shit. I'm losing my mind. I thought his name was Fo Chungus. Okay, so why was I even... Oh, he keeps warning you about the West is falling, even though he lives in, like, Manila or something. And that might just mean an envelope. I don't even know. So, the West has officially fallen. I go into this Chick-fil-A. There's not a single white slave there. Okay? Now, when I first walk in, I don't see a white face. I start getting scared. I'm not going to tell you where this Chick-fil-A was. I was in a random location. So maybe it's just this one place, but it's still scary for me. Now, it was like a bunch of black people. I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea. I wasn't scared that my chicken was getting washed. But listen, if you aren't white and maybe not American, you're not going to understand what I'm saying here. So please understand, this is in no way racist, okay? And I'm not like Christian, but there's just something nice about, you know, a nice white smiling face serving you food with a pained expression on their face while telling you my pleasure. And you can hear them grit their teeth when they do it. It's just, and you guys should understand that as well. And then something nice about it not being open on a Sunday, you know, again, not religious at all, but I'm like, I don't know, this is feeling like maybe we could colonize. I don't know, maybe we'll find a new place to go colonize. What about Mars? I don't know. There must be an island out there we haven't, you know, an uncontacted tribe that we could just show up and ruin their fucking next 500 years. Something about it. It's just nice. So you go in there. Now, it's not black people working. There's like a couple black people working there. You know, there's always 500 employees at a Chick-Fil-A, and nobody goes inside. They're just going through the drive-thru. So most of them are outside, so it's scary looking. You know, they're in the parking lot congregating. You think a knife fight's about to break out. I go up to the counter, and there's these two people behind the counter, and these are, what do they call them? It used to be POC. I think now people are just calling them brown. You know, all right. These are UPSs, if you catch my drift. And they are all on their phones. And I gasped and I was horrified by what I saw. It's like, what are you doing? You need to be pretending to work. Push a mop. You got time to lean. You got time to clean. That kind of thing. This one, I'm now sweating, desperately looking for the white manager. He's got to be here somewhere. There has to be somebody in charge. Nothing. Not a peep. I was terrified. So I made my way up to the counter. And about 15 to 20 minutes later, the girl looks up from her phone and goes, "Oh, yeah, what?" I'm not joking. She said, "Yeah, what?" She didn't say, "How can I help you?" She said, "Yeah, what?" And as my heart crumbled into tiny little glass shards inside my chest, I sheepishly told her my order, okay? And I'm not joking. At the end of this order, after handing her my card and everything, she did not even say, "My pleasure." Hand to Christ. It's a Sunday. You can't lie about Chick-fil-A on a Sunday. So I didn't know what to do. I knew I was in for a world of hurt. And if you're not understanding the point of this story so far, here's the only issue is, I don't know what it is, but you're not going to get your order right if there's no whiteys around. There's got to be one. There's got to be one guy who holds it all together and is like, no. No, so hey, he didn't say chicken nuggets. Okay? He said strips. And he's got to pull everything together. That's it. You just need one. Now, the corner of my eye, I see it shining like a beacon. It's the Great White Hope. And I go, oh, it must be the manager. And he's talking up a storm to all of the UPSs in the back there. And I'm trying to focus in on what's going on with this guy. Because I need to know, does he know they're on their phones on the clock? This man's clearly in charge. He's an older white man. All right. A little disheveled, but he's clearly the oldest guy there. He's got to be the guy in charge. Meanwhile, I start getting distracted because the woman who's just taken my order is giving me the wrong size drink. And I paid for a larger drink and she's giving me a smaller one. And I'm trying to decide, is it even worth it? Because clearly this shit is not this bitch's pleasure. And then on what I thought would be maybe the worst day of my life, and here's how this all connects to the Joker, something amazing happened. God shone upon me this day. It turns out that beautiful white man back there, he was no more useful than anyone else in the restaurant. In fact, And this is where I learned something this day, okay? Maybe I am a racist. Maybe I'm wrong for thinking the way I think, because he may have been even worse than every other worker inside this Chick-fil-A. Now, Chick-fil-A officially is done. It's over. That was it. That was the last restaurant. You know, again, it has nothing to do with the Sundays. It doesn't even have to do with them hating gay people so much that they somehow give to charities that kill gay people. I didn't even know that was an option. This is what I heard. Like 10 years ago, apparently Chick-fil-A was giving to murderous homophobic charities. It doesn't even seem to exist anymore. Now, you should have known something was up with Chick-fil-A, because the guy who owns it, as much as he hates gay people and loves this Jesus guy, he really seems to love kissing black people's feet, which I get. Listen, you give him that one. It's a pass. You go, he sells fried chicken for a living. Okay, I get it. But he's like sniffing and kissing these black people's feet. Look it up. There are videos of this. He's licking their feet and stuff. He says, no, I swear to God, this is what Christ would do. And then snorting their soul shavings off of it. And that's both SOLE and SOUL. And then this white guy. But point is, with the Chick-fil-A guy, you know, is racist as he probably is not, and as homophobic as he probably is. You couldn't have seen this coming. Chick-fil-A was the last bastion. And so it's all over. And so I'm looking at this white guy for hope, and I hear him finally. Now I can hear. I've now zoned out on the girl totally fucking up my order, and I'm zoning in on white dude over here. And he's behind the line doing nothing. The girl next to him, UPS, on her phone, doing nothing except trying to ignore white guy. What's white guy talking about? My heart started to flutter. It built itself back up. It grew 3 sizes that day. He's talking about the upcoming Joker 2 movie. That's right.
Somebody threw bread in my face. My whole life has just been people like Pod Awful.
So he is talking this woman's ear off non-stop about the Joker. He needs her to know everything there is to know about the Joker. This movie hasn't even come out yet, and he's talking about it as if he's seen it. As a matter of fact, just by the very nature of me putting out this episode, he's probably going to find it and watch it. So, hi. Hey, are you a greasy-haired, 50-something-year-old autistic man who works at Chick-fil-A? You are my new favorite guy because you saved my entire trip to Chick-fil-A. I was about to throw away the food. I was about to never come back again. I was going to tell my entire family, sorry, guys, it's on principle, and then dunk it into the trash can right in front of them as I hear their bellies growl, my infant child begging for me to dig it out of the trash. Speaking of fishing things out of the trash, I'm sitting there with my family. We are eating the chicken nuggets. I'm listening if I can hear that guy back there talk about the Joker. And all of a sudden, this black woman with like the multicolored braids, doesn't matter that she's black, but it does matter that she has the multicolored braids. She's wearing like a trash bag looking jacket. And speaking of trash, she keeps coming in and stealing out of the trash can in Chick-fil-A and then walking back outside. And I'm going, God damn, this place has fallen apart. I can't believe what's going on here in front of my eyes. By the way, I'm in the on air in Discord. I'm going to wrap up this story here in a second, but this is about to get good. If you want to join me on air, if you want to call into the show, podawful.com/cult is our Discord. You can join in on the call-in thing, and I'll drag you in if I see you. And some people out there, some of you have the ability to just jump in on air. You can just break into my story right now and do whatever you want. So if you'd like to call in, feel free. podawful.com/cult, join our Discord. Okay, so this woman is coming in, and she is stealing trash, is what I'm thinking in my head as I eyeball her. I'm doing the careful look over here, the periphery just checking in, just making sure that she's not going to come up and start stabbing white babies in the head. Ooh, got to have that delicious white baby head meat, I guess. So, just doing a check. It's a vibe check. Hi, Urkowit.
Hi, Jesse. How's it going?
Good. You been to a Chick-Fil-A lately?
It's been about 2 years.
Whoa.
And last time it was my pleasure.
Yeah. It worked out for you, right? You're in a pretty.
Yeah.
I don't do that. They don't really have UPS in your neighborhood, right? Is what I'm guessing.
No. FedEx and DHL. That's it. No brown.
Okay. What can white do for you? So I'm seeing this black lady stealing trash. And then I realized once again, Jesse, silly Jesse, you're being racist again.
I got excited, very excited to see all of this.
It turns out she wasn't stealing trash at all. She was the manager, and she was simply taking the trash outside. But I thought she was stealing it. Now, in my favor, she was reaching down into the hole, the hole of the can, and pulling it out with her hands. I'm not really sure why she did that. And she was putting it into a different garbage bag. You would think she would just pull the garbage bag out of that one. But listen, she's the manager. It's her right. Okay? If she wants to rub herself in receipt paper until BPA turns her into a double feminine trans person, that's her right to do. At one point, out of nowhere, this woman, and again, I'm positive she was the manager, she gets blindsided by our hero, autistic Chick-Fil-A Joker guy, one of the Earths. He comes in, beelines for her, and you can tell this is her whole life. Now, she's the one poorly managing this place. She's the one letting these people goof off on their phones. I'm not getting my pleasure out of this. It's always pain, never pleasure at this Chick-fil-A. And when I see this goofball show up and start talking to her, I'm so excited. And, my wife's droning on about whatever dumb things happen. Bleep, bleep, blop, and bloop, bloop, bleep, blop, and bloop. And it all just becomes Saving Private Ryan, white noise beeps behind me. Stop. So I'm tuning her out, and I'm listening to this guy. And he is talking a mile a minute about Joker Folie A Deux to this 40-something-year-old black woman who has no interest. Now, this is something you might not realize. A guy like Urquhart probably doesn't know this. The Joker, they only learned about who he is like a couple years ago when P. Diddy dressed up as him. Okay? P. Diddy introduced to black people the Joker. And now black people, they found out P. Diddy's, paranormal. So now they just assume that's true of the Joker. That's the same guy to them. They have no interest whatsoever in the Joker now. It's a terrifying thing for them. So when this guy, he's doing this every day. Like nothing had the movie hadn't come out yet. So it's not like the movie had just come out and he's bringing it up because, he's going to go see it later that afternoon. He is talking to her about the Joker every single day at work. I watched in real time as this woman was stacking trays at a table behind me. I watched in real time as this autistic man just pulled the last strands of life out of her. And with every strand he pulled, it put new life back into me. It re-energized me. I go, ooh, maybe we got a fighting chance. I don't know. Ooh, we should show up to the shores of Liberia. Just see what happens. I don't know. Let's get in there. Senegal, where is that? Let's start looking it up on a map. We're taking it. That one's ours now, okay? Rhodesia's back, baby. And the earth is flat, not round. So I watched her. I could pinpoint the moment that her brain broke. My back was to them, and I just kept turning around with no compunction and looking her dead in her eyes. She's staring at my wife dead in the eyes, just facing her. as if to say, help me. And I go, no. Now, when I told Kelsey that this guy is talking Joker to all the black people at work and they want to kill themselves, I was going, this rules. I'm like whispering to her, this rules. This rules. This is the greatest thing. This is the greatest thing that ever happened. This is making up for everything. Finally, I go, let's really take this to the next level. Let's really listen in on what's going on. And let's start videoing the man. Let's just start secretly recording what's happening here. Now, the video I got, and I do have it here, and I am going to show it to you. The video I got, you can't hear it. You can't hear it. You're just going to have to mostly take my word for all this. I'm shooting this like over my shoulder. They're about 10 feet behind me or so. I'm sitting there at the table. So I'll give you a brief rundown of how this was going. It turns out, not only is this an autistic guy who loves the Joker, which, no duh, everybody's favorite literally me character, the Joker. This guy was literally the Joker, okay? But the most Joker-like aspect of him is he's also a huge Lady Gaga fan. So this movie is the great crossroads of this dude's life. His autism must have exploded when they announced Gaga in this movie. And it's been living hell for the UPS at work ever since. I love it. Kelsey heard him say at one point to this woman, who not only does she not know who the Joker is, she doesn't know who Lady Gaga is. She heard him say to her, well, actually, it's actually calling back to one of Gaga's original. You know, they call her Gaga. They refer to her as simply Gaga. On the poster for the Joker, it says Phoenix Gaga. That sounds like an episode of Pod Awful. It's just me making silly noises while talking about Rufio. So anyway, he's like, Gaga's first album, there's actually a callback to it. He knows every little thing about the woman's discography. He is excited for this movie, but he's a nerd. And nerds will always find shit to be mad about. Hence where we're at with the new Joker movie. At one point, he says to this woman, whose brain has split in twain, who has nothing left, I could see her mentally miming sticking a gun in her mouth. And I was sitting there thinking about that my pleasure, and helping her pull the trigger. Oh, let's just put you out of your misery, sweetheart. Sure, I'll be kind on this one. He says to her, you know, the first Joker movie, this is how he talked. The first Joker movie was all about mental health, and the new Joker movie is not about mental health. And I'm like, how is the new one not about mental health? Because the first one was all about mental health. And the thing I loved about the first Joker movie was that it spoke about mental health issues. But this new Joker movie is a musical, and it's not about mental health at all. It was in that moment that poor black woman, I started feeling bad for her at this point. A single tear was shed and started floating down her face. Here's the video. This is the man. Let's see if we can hear anything. Maybe we can. Okay, I can hear a little whisper of Joker, Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I heard Joker.
Yeah, I heard Harley Quinn in there too. And of course, you can see his greasy hair, the bizarre comb over he's got going on, his pedophile style glasses. I mean, it's just the works. This guy was a hoot. I love him. He said something about Gaga's body of work. I believe that was in there as well. We'll drag Cole in here. Hi, Cole. Can he talk? Let's see. I don't know if I don't remember how it works. All right, hi Cole. So that's it. That's all I got. It's the best I got. I didn't know if it was recording the audio very well or not, but there you go. Since I'm got you guys in here, I'll turn on the camera for you. There you go. Sorry about that. But let's just run that back real quick. Is there anything we can pick out of this? They're calling him the Santa Cruz Penguin in chat right now. Okay, so I don't. He's just talking her ear off about Gaga. Now, of course, the irony. He was pissed, absolutely pissed that this new movie's not going to be about mental health. He hadn't seen the movie, but I'll give you a clue. The name of the movie is Joker: Folie A Deux. That title actually is about a mental health disorder. So very funny. Hi, Lenny.
Hi.
I don't. Cole. Oh, there we go. Cole's figured it out. Hi, Cole. Any comments? Any comments on our new favorite guy, the man who is single-handedly trying to save the West?
I think it's hilarious that you can't make out anything that he's actually saying in the video, but you can tell he's saying a lot.
He's like in the video there. It sounds like he's whispering. But we could hear him clear as day in real life. I don't know if there's an audio problem with the phone or whatever. Now, he was talking very seriously. So it wasn't really a whisper. It was more of a, listen, the thing about the Joker is you cannot cross the Joker because there's been many variations of the Joker, but the Joaquin Phoenix Joker is all about mental health. It's about the mental health crisis in America. So I don't know why, but yes, he was saying a lot. I mean, that was seconds of, we were there for like, I think we spent an extra 2 hours on our meal just to listen to this guy. I'm sitting there eating just every crumb of breading off of my chicken just to really take all this in. I'm going up for fifths on my my soda refill, mostly because the girl, for no reason, gave me the wrong size. She actually tried to trick me on that. She tried to pull a fast one as if I had gotten it wrong and it was her that was right, even though I'm holding the receipt and I know I ordered it correctly. She actually tried one of those moves, which really pissed me off. I'm like, oh, not only is she getting the order wrong, she's trying to make it seem like I got the order wrong and it was my fault. So if this man hadn't come along, I might have jumped over that counter and ended that woman's entire career at Chick-Fil-A.
Turn a Chick-fil-A into a Waffle House.
Yeah, something like that. Well, the Waffle House index says that we don't have to worry about the hurricane. All right, Lenny, did you have any comments on our autistic hero?
I hope there's a guy just like him at every Chick-fil-A.
We need him. We need the. Yep. Listen, if you're watching this show, you're a big fat autistic retard. Go apply for Chick-fil-A. Save the West. If you're in America, if you're anywhere where there's a Chick-fil-A, if you are within 50 miles of a Chick-fil-A, put in your applications. Spend 1 week working. I don't care. 1 week working there and talk to those people working there about nothing but Joker, Folie A Deux, and Pod Awful. You want to really freak them out? Okay, so that is my Chick-fil-A story. Thank you very much. Now, we are going to cover the Joker's movie. The Joker's movie, I call it. Okay, yeah. But first, let's see. People are locking in on their favorite, most iconic Joker in the chat room. And ladies and gentlemen, we have tabulated the results.
I have autism. I can't help it.
I think. Let's see. With 167 votes, let's see where we're at here. Let's end the poll. Who is the most iconic Joker? It is somehow P. Diddy with 46% of the vote. Coming in second, Harlan Dale Absher II. So let's check in on Harlan because you know he must be doing well. When a new Joker movie's out, you know that he's in his lane. Let's check this out. This is Joker 2 had an important message that you missed because Harlan is smarter than you. If you don't know the Santa Cruz Joker, I have an incredibly long history with this guy, the Santa Cruz Joker. The first guy to ever cover him on the internet. Everybody's been making fun of this guy now for a few years, calling him the Joker baby guy, which makes him really mad. We have had this huge rivalry. It's very important to note that, again, you know, I kept having it spoiled for me that the Joker in the new movie gets raped. By the way, spoilers for you. But you're not going to see the movie, so who cares? Yeah, the Joker apparently gets raped. And, of course, if you know the Santa Cruz Joker's history, this is a great irony because the Santa Cruz Joker, infamously on this show, was exposed for attempting to rape a woman. Okay, he drugged a woman at a bar and she caught him. She filmed him. We exposed it all. We talked about it. He's come out and said a million times that we have no proof, blah, 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 about this. The story goes on and on. Eventually, Santa Cruz Joker was beaten up in the streets by a homeless wizard and then declared legally gay and racist in a court of law. Is that right? Legally gay.
Too racist to testify.
Too racist to testify and legally gay. That's not a joke, by the way. A judge found him legally too racist and gay. So he was not allowed to testify against the homeless wizard in a case where the homeless wizard murdered a man. He murdered a man on the street. He got away with that. That's pretty cool. Driftwood, our friend Driftwood, got away with murder.
We got shooters in these streets.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Captain Stabbing?
It's impossible to know for sure. So you don't mean the porn guy, right? Because I do know what happened to him, and it's called HIV. So anyway, that's what you need to know. And also, most importantly, I guess, I don't know, maybe this is something, you know, I'm not going to spoil the movie for you, okay? So maybe this relates to the Joker movie, or maybe it doesn't. But our Joker, the Santa Cruz Joker, is also a pedophile, a self-admitted one. Actually, I did a whole interview with him where he admitted to it. And but he was exposed on this show by the Santa Cruz Batman for having messaged underage girls. The famous quote, of course, being, "Do you send?" Meaning nude photos. So he denies all this stuff. We've been locked in battle forever. But the Santa Cruz Joker is sort of a broken record. And I haven't covered him in a really long time now. I mean, maybe a year. I don't know how long it's been. But he hasn't really come up, and there's not really that much with him. We poke him a little bit, make fun of him. He freaks out, says the exact same things over and over again, shares a picture of me wearing a Biore Pour mask and says it's me in blackface, and then it just lies and says I'm a Trump supporter, which now this Chick-Fil-A story is not going to help me at all with that one. And that I'm a Nazi and all this stuff. Meanwhile, by the way, his dad was a literal Nazi. He had a swastika tattoo on his stomach. I saw on his Instagram today, he was saying he was showing a picture of his dad for Father's Day earlier this year and said, "Happy Father's Day, Dad." I thought he hated his dad. Remember when he used to talk shit about his dad all the time? But here's why he did it. The photo of his dad looks vaguely like Paul Dano as the Riddler in the Batman's movie. So he's not like, that's his like, oh, look, my dad looks like a Batman villain. I'm a Batman villain. We're like the same type of guy. That's, by the way, Harlan Dale Absher the first. So he died of mysterious circumstances. And a lot of people do believe that he died when Harlan was only 3. Harlan's dad died when Santa Cruz Joker was only 3. And a lot of people say that he killed his own dad as a 3-year-old kid. It's impossible to know for sure. But that's the basics of the whole story. I haven't covered him in a while. We don't really mess with him. We just keep our eyes on him every once in a while. And I got to tell you something. Santa Cruz Joker's turned over a whole new leaf, okay? He's trying to get away from the failures of his past as a Joker. He's trying to get away from the rivalry of Pod Awful. Pod Awful, and this is 100% official in this case, Pod Awful won.
Pod Awful won. Pod Awful won.
After we exposed him for being a pedo and sent him off to Guantanamo Bay for that one, he's trying to lay low, okay? He doesn't want any trouble, and there's a reason for that. Ladies and gentlemen, here's one of his latest videos. It's called Joker 2 Had an Important Message That You Missed.
You know, clearly a lot of you don't deal with mental health issues, and it
Well, the new one's not even about mental health. I mean, the thing about mental health
shows. You've never had the system, the people, treat you a certain way because of a label that was put on you, and it shows. You've never actually been sexually assaulted.
Because you were the Joker.
Okay, this is not the way to take things. Now, I think he's talking about this because the Joker, everybody's saying the Joker gets raped in the movie. I mean, the memes are flying. The memes are everywhere about this rape.
And it shows.
That's a crazy thing to say. Some of you have never been sexually assaulted, and it shows. You sound like Mersh right now. This is my...
Not only that, he said it like an insult. Like, that's a bad thing. Like, oh, you've never even been raped
Yeah,
before.
exactly. Well, hey, this episode is an INCELebration. I mean, when an incel gets molested, that's like, they all give him a pat on the back, you know? It's like, oh, nice job, man. Finally. Woo, one of us.
Let's cook.
So I'm not wearing the makeup today because it is hot as sin, and I don't want to...
Looking real bad, by the way. Santa Cruz Joker looking like a mess.
Looking like Trump with that skin color.
His hair has thinned to such a degree. It looks like this wiry, thin, like chicken coop cage on top of his head. He's dyed it green so many times, it's now just turning into this sort of dull, mossy gray.
I was once taken advantage of, while drunk, by a woman who I would have never had sex with otherwise.
A woman? Are you kidding me? Wait, whoa, wait a second. Taken advantage of by a woman he wouldn't have had sex with otherwise? Is he talking about his mom?
There's literally no other option.
It's the only option.
I don't really like talking about it, because there's nothing I can really do. Well, there is something I could do.
A reverse rape?
Perhaps abuse that person?
But I'm not going to.
So this is a lie. We see this all the time. I mean, this happened in the last episode of the show. This is now the guy perpetrating the crime playing victim, acting like it had happened to him before. I'm not going to say who we covered, but in the last episode of the show, in the Primo show, last episode, Wednesday show, we secretly covered a guy at the very end of the show. Check out the Primo episode in the Pizza Fun, PodAwful.pizza. And this guy who had very much on the record, arrested for it, victimized somebody before, is acting like now, oh, it happened to me. Really? Because we've known you forever and it's never come up before. Isn't it interesting that all of a sudden the fictional Joker gets raped and now Santa Cruz Joker's been raped too? He just added it to his lore. It's in the comics, it's in the movies, it's in his life.
Be too easy. The sex scene in Joker 2, she didn't rape him.
He calls being raped a sex scene. Now that tells you everything. I think that's the proof right there. Santa Cruz Joker is basically admitting,
I live in a hellhole, surrounded by idiots.
Yeah.
Every fucking day, I have to put up with this shit. Every single day, and it is maddening.
Do you think he sounded like when he the garbage disposal is going off? Is that what he was saying to the woman?
When he was being raped?
Yeah. When he was being
Yeah.
raped, he was probably saying, "Stop! Stop!"
Under false pretenses, she made him believe that she cared about him. And to be quite frankly,
Wait. Roll this back.
I missed that.
the sex scene in Joker 2, she didn't rape him. She had sex with him under false pretenses.
Is he talking about Harley Quinn? Is he talking about Gaga? Have you guys seen the
Gaga.
movie? Has anyone here seen it?
No.
Okay.
No.
He's talking about Gaga.
She made him
There's a scene where Gaga and Joker have sex.
believe that she cared about him.
Doesn't he? I've only seen the Twitter stuff. Doesn't he get raped in prison?
He gets raped by a bunch of cops. He gets gang raped by oh my god. Harlan thinks that when everybody says that the Joker got raped, that they're talking about him willingly having Harlan is such an actual incel that he's like, no, you guys don't get it. That wasn't rape. That was sex. He is such a rapist, a mental rapist, that he's like, no. He's having to defend. Listen, in the scene, in the actual movie, there's no question whatsoever on whether or not it was consensual. Now, a little bit of the movie, this is a little bit of a spoiler, I guess, but sort of the twist in it is that Harley Quinn is no longer interested in the Joker whatsoever by the end of the movie because he decides to stop being the Joker. So he's now writing it, and he sees all these memes about the rape. He's seen the movie. He has seen the movie, and he still doesn't get this. He completely missed the part where a bunch of dudes drag the Joker off into a jail, say, rip all his clothes off, and then the Joker comes back. They throw him into a room after it, a padded cell or whatever after it, and he's pantsless and wearing brand new underwear. Okay? And at no point did that light up in it. Joker lives such a horrifying street person life. By the way, he lives inside, but all of his friends are homeless wizards and a banjo man. And his life is so abhorrent and so horrifying that was like a Tuesday for him. And he's so mentally raped, which, by the way, a lot of that is my fault, I guess. I've been living rent-free in his head for years. In fact, I pay even less rent than he does, and I'm pretty sure the taxpayers pay his rent for him. He's so mentally raped that he thought everyone meant that the obvious consensual sex scene was the rape. He's now, this is the thing you guys missed. This is the guy who's putting it all together.
And to be quite frankly, that's happened to a lot of men. It's happened to a lot of women. But it ain't.
Yeah, there's one named Missy who you tried to do it to, actually.
Rape.
When you tried to roofie that woman.
Willingly put his dick in her.
The sex under false pretenses, does that cover like a girl thought she was gonna have a drink, but instead she passes out and ends up in the Santa Cruz Joker's bed?
It's something like that. Yeah, in fairness to the Santa Cruz Joker, after he drugged a bitch and dragged her all the way home and put her on his bed and started taking her clothes off, by the time she woke up, he was like, you know what, I'm not even interested anymore. And it didn't happen. So it's not technically a rape.
He wanted to. And he nutted in her after like 5 pumps. It was a very awkward scene.
And by the way, that's now been added to the lore as well. He just downloaded that DLC to his programming.
It didn't help that most of the audience was like young women who wanted to see Lady Gaga.
So it's Joker and Gaga, young Gaga fans watching the Joker together. He's in the makeup too. When he goes to see the movie, he's in full regalia.
Well, and it's like, I thought he was going to say young women to see Joaquin. But if they're young women to see Gaga, how young are they?
Really young.
Why is Harlan watching the young women in the theater?
To make sure they're having the appropriate reactions to the movie, or else he's about to pull a James Holmes, obviously. Oops, looks like this movie theater just teleported to Aurora.
bet this is not the movie you were expecting to see. But yeah, when you have a label put on you, the world treats you a certain way. And you gotta remember, this movie takes place in the 1970s.
By the way, you got a label on you, Joker. Retarded.
Late 70s, early 80s.
It's the mid 80s when the movie takes place, so he doesn't even have that right.
Like,
this is his life. I was about to say this is his favorite character. Like, shit, no duh. He's the fucking Santa Cruz Joker, obviously. It's his favorite character. This is his life. It's beyond favorite character. Every single day, he pretends he's the Joker. He has gone, the only guy who's gone further with this is the Winchester Joker, who tattooed the Joker makeup onto his head. And honestly, until the Joker, Santa Cruz Joker, does that, he's really not in the same leagues. But this is his life. This is his whole steez. And yet he doesn't know anything about what actually happens in these movies.
People didn't really treat people with mental health issues very well. It hasn't been up until like the past...
All right, how do we get the Joker a job at Chick-Fil-A?
10 years that people with mental health issues actually get treated with any semblance of respect and dignity. You know, we still have people saying that, you know, oh, transgender people are mentally ill and they should be thrown in asylums. You need to...
Okay, now officially the Joker says trans rights, by the way.
Fucking kill yourself for saying.
I mean, this is a guy who, you know, will throw a baby off a bridge just to make a man in pajamas whose parents died sad. But, you know, trans people, you gotta protect them at all costs.
Like that. You really
Being the Joker is a trans act.
do. You really do. You're a bad fucking person, and you're spreading your bad fucking ideas, and you should end. You should cease to exist. Yeah.
This Joker is no more. He has ceased to be.
Yeah. Like, the fact of the matter is, y'all had the same reaction to the last movie 5 years ago, and now y'all claim to like it because it made a bunch of money and won a bunch of awards, and you actually...
Wait, he's claiming people jumped on the bandwagon because the movie made a bunch of money. How did it make that money? Was it magic? The people had to go see it. It's not like they watched it on DVD after the fact. It was big instantly.
Actually sat and watched it again.
He's the only real Joker. Everyone else is pretending. He invented being a Joker fan.
The kind of movie you watch once. I'm gonna go.
You couldn't even beat P. Diddy, like a confirmed 1,000,000% pedophile, in the best Joker ever poll.
Again, like it reminds me of. Like,
he was only the Joker once.
Having to go,
and it made quite a splash. I mean, it was a big impact.
Seen Napoleon Dynamite a few times just to get it. Same with Bull.
Yeah, listen, I saw Napoleon Dynamite, no joke, 3 times in the movie theater, but it wasn't to figure out why he had tater tots in his pocket. It's not like I had missed something. I just was like, oh, this is really funny. I've only done that with like a handful of movies. I would probably never, ever do that again. But I guarantee you, at no point was I confused. How come he's throwing a steak at that llama?
It's...
I better pay for another ticket.
Off-putting, weird, shocking.
Speaking of off-putting, you should probably go off-putting. Jesus Christ.
A little uncomfortable, and I like it. That's how a Joker movie should be. And
it's bread pudding.
Todd.
Yeah. It's bread pudding.
Somebody threw bread in my face.
Todd Phillips. Todd Phillips? That's the guy who did the movies, right? Yeah. Todd Howard's the other guy.
Yep, the 2 Todds. You guys know them. There's only but so many. The Earth's Todds are limited in scope.
Sorry, I'm a Bethesda fan. But
is Todd Howard the Bethesda guy? Is that actually?
He is.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I was going to be so happy if he even got that part wrong.
Todd Phillips came out, the director and writer. I don't know what that's about, of the movie, and said that this Joker is the Joker that inspires the real Joker that fights the Batman, and we see that at the end.
And you know, Joker, Santa Cruz Joker, sitting there going like, "Please be me, please be me, please be me." Like some part of him is somehow hoping he's in the movie and he doesn't even know it.
The guy stabs and kills him, and then cuts himself a smile.
Okay, spoiler alert. Jesus Christ, I wasn't going to give you the very end of the movie.
So he's supposed to be the Joker moving forward. Granted, we're not going to get any future movies with this guy as the Joker.
Perfect. What a setup. I love that.
But it allows your imagination to run wild. And as much as I was like,
I don't remember that even happening.
At the end, I kind of like it. It's just the story of a sad, mentally ill man used and abused by the system.
We got to get Joker talking to the Chick-Fil-A autistic guy. Somehow these guys need to meet.
And by people who claim to care about him. His own mother called his laugh a stupid little laugh. Made up a lie about him and thought it was funny that he believed this lie about bringing happiness to the world. She mocked him. That's relatable.
Oh, interesting. Joker's got some mommy issues, huh? We'll talk about that in a second.
I feel like a lot of you should find that relatable.
Bada bing, bada boom, baby.
Mock you. Significant others that are only there for their own self-interest.
Parents mock you, abuse you, significant others. Again, we have speculated in the past that the Joker one time had a video where a large-breasted woman was massaging his shoulders, but at no other point ever has there been any evidence that he's ever had human contact with a woman except for his mom. So it has been long speculated that he got his mom to put on this Harley Quinn jacket and give him a back rub. You couldn't see her face, by the way. It was cut off so that you couldn't see her face, and never another photo, never another video, but all these made up stories about her mershing all over the bed, leaving mersh stains everywhere. And didn't he accidentally reveal that he took his mom on a date to see the first Joker movie? Wasn't that part of the lore?
Yes.
With that one? So there's something very weird going on there.
Must be a blessed life you have. Everyone you've ever been with has always just been there only for you, and your parents were so nice and wonderful, and you never had any mental illness, and you never had to deal with the courts. How nice that must be. How privileged you must be.
Santa Cruz Joker has never had a job. He steals. He gets government assistance and just still steals from stores because, you know, corporations, man.
Like every other video I see about it, it's just some fucking white chud complaining. Did you even get the message? Probably not. That's kind of ironic, too. If you actually put away your preconceived notions and just observe something in its purest form for once in your life, you might actually start enjoying things, because everything is controversial. Everything has a bit of drama behind it. Everything has to have a trailer with a bunch of dislikes and a bunch of discourse and people getting up in arms and angry, and I'm fucking exhausted. I just want to like things. Okay? Like, I like the new Star Wars game. There's nothing wrong with it. The main character is a woman. I don't even think she's a lesbian. She's just a woman.
Was that on the... Are we worried about that baby happening?
And you people lose your fucking minds. This is why we should be allowed to tell people to their face. Kill yourself.
Oh.
You worthless fucking troglodyte. You bring nothing to this
we're
world.
on YouTube.
The woman who shot up the U2 headquarters was a hero.
Okay.
But pain and misery and misinformation. Why the fuck? You don't respect anyone else. Why the fuck should I respect you? It's like religious people. You don't respect my religion. Your religion doesn't respect people. You fucking ding dong.
Yeah, hey, you fucking, you ding dong.
Kind of went off message.
Yeah, it was a little all over the place. Bada bing, bada boom, though, for that one. That's a big bada bing, and also probably, I'll give that one bada, two bings, and boom! Boomer doom, guys. We got to submit Santa Cruz Joker to the Costco Guys podcast. See if they'll cover Santa Cruz Joker. Okay, so Santa Cruz Joker, he's also got a video here called Joker 2 was exactly the movie I needed right now. I want to watch that one as well. But you need to know a little bit of background here first, because Santa Cruz Joker has definitely got some mommy problems. And I'm not just talking about the fact that he might have dated her at one point. It turns out Santa Cruz Joker has maybe very recently, given his mom what she fucking deserves, according to what he was just saying there. Let's take a look at this. Somebody found this. I apologize. I can't remember who found this now, but kudos to the person who found this. If you're in chat, shout your name out, okay? And then I will completely miss it because I'm not reading the chat room at all, and it won't change anything. But Santa Cruz Joker, he's got a long rap sheet. One of our first episodes was all about him going to jail. And so it's not that unusual for him to be found having, robbed the place, petty theft, whatever, drunk in public. But this one caught some people's eye. Harlandale Absher, this was just a few months ago. And we had missed it. He was arrested for assault on a person, battery on a person, exhibiting a deadly weapon, not a firearm, which he's tried to claim many times that he has a gun. And it's a little pop gun. So he's brandishing his knife, which he had with his homeless wizard battle with Driftwood. And finally, elder/dependent adult abuse. So ring it up, everybody. I know the Santa Cruz Joker is a villain, okay? I get it. I know he's already a rapist and a pedophile, but mom beater, we couldn't have even guessed. We couldn't have even thought that it was a possibility for that to be on the menu. Now, I will say this. I think we all just instantly assumed, because he doesn't have that many people in his life, and his mom does live not that far away in California, that this was his mom. But the detail here is just elder/dependent adult abuse. So there's actually two options here, and both of them make total sense when it comes to Harlan. Option A, Harlan smacked the shit out of his own mom. Now, of course, the video we just watched heavily implies he would want to do something like that. He seems to think that his mom, who, I've seen his mom, we've done some research on his family, and she looks like a sweet lady. She is actually a social worker. So when Harlan's watching these Joker movies, this is a literally me moment when he's watching these movies. But for some reason, he seems to think his mom was abusive towards him. Just maybe it was that, she didn't give blowjobs often enough. I don't know. I consider that abuse. I'm sort of in a domestic abuse situation right now with my wife, as far as I'm concerned. By the way, it lists him as self-employed. Yeah, sure. Yeah. I wish they listed the job that self-employed is on here. He walks around the city threatening teenagers that he's going to stab them while wearing clown makeup. What's his job? He's Ed Gein. Is that the one? Oh, who's the one that's the clown? Is that him? John Wayne Gacy. Gacy. Yeah, that's his job. Just check under the foundation of the house. So we've got elder dependent abuse. Option A, mom. Option B, dependent adult. That's code for retard alert! So everybody he knows is a retarded guy. Okay? Like all these homeless dudes, everybody he's friends with, these are all retarded people. So that also could apply. We are going with mom on this, but it totally makes sense that he might just himself have beaten up a retard. And obviously this is like probably a drug deal gone wrong or something. We've seen that happen in the past. But there was an update just a couple weeks ago on this whole matter. Okay? Same guy found this again. I can't remember who now. I'm so sorry. I'm sure you're screaming it in the chat right now. I can't read it. But there's just no possible way for me to read this whatsoever. So he was arrested. When was he arrested on? Let me check that real quick. He was arrested on June 23rd. Okay. Then there's all these little case events in July, his arraignment, public defender appointed, general time waiver, home court designation, blah, blah, blah. These are all little tiny court events. And then you've got his plea, okay? So when he had his arraignment, how did he plea? Harlan Dale Absher II, cruelty to elder/dependent. In the case of that, he pled not guilty. In the case of battery, Harlan Dale Absher II pled not guilty. Now, here's where it gets interesting. On the 25th of last month, he was given a setting for a new court date, okay? And it was determined that in December, so December of this year, December 6th, he will be going in for a mental health diversion determination hearing. Does anybody know what that is? Mental health diversion determination hearing. Essentially,
I don't.
Essentially, what's happening here is Harlan's going to have to come back into court in December, and they are right now determining whether or not he is retarded. The Santa Cruz Joker has been found legally racist, legally gay, and we are 2 months away from possibly finding out that the Santa Cruz Joker is legally retarded. We are so close.
I spent like a good 5 minutes on my butt. Bada bing, bada boom, baby.
We are so close to a magical moment here. So I think, by the way, the very fact that they even are doing the diversion. And by the way, what this means is if they find him to be retarded, he gets to get away with beating up his mom or another retard. It's legally allowed. And think about that for 2 seconds. You know, in your heart of hearts, it's totally legal and allowed for a retarded guy to beat up his mom and to beat up another retarded guy. Special ed classes could not exist if this was not a legal exemption. So, mental health diversion determination hearing. I think if you were even scheduled for something like this, you know, you're kind of Fern and Giggy, if you know what I'm saying.
At the very least, you're allegedly retarded.
You're allegedly ODI'd. I mean, this is getting on the, you know, listen, do you eat the sugar cookies from McDonald's? Sure you do. Of course you do. I'm not saying he's participated in the Special Olympics, but I'm saying he could get bronze. So we are months away from finding out. And this is the real reason the Santa Cruz Joker has not been interacting with Pod Awful. He didn't want anyone finding out. He didn't want people to know that this was going on. And he's having to work on himself right now. He's under strict orders in order to even be free right now. So what's he been doing? Well, every single day, multiple times a day lately, Harlan's been streaming video games on YouTube to nobody. No one shows up. But a brand new thing has happened that is not very typical for Harlan. He's had the chat open. He always turns off comments. He always turns off the chat. You can never interact. He's looking to get those watch hours, and he's trying to be a good boy, and he's trying to do things right for once, and he's doing everything he can to the point, well, actually, I'll save that for just a bit, but there's actually a new wrinkle going on in his life. Well, some sort of ne'er-do-well, and again, there's no one watching these things. There's nobody in the chat. But some ne'er-do-well showed up into his chat room the other day and started poking and prodding him and started saying mean things in the chat to the point that he said, who would even leave a comment like that? And it continues like this.
I really don't know where all the Trump supporters are coming from and why.
Where all the Trump supporters are coming from and why. There's one guy in chat who said something. And by the way, what did he say?
It's like, I don't think I've talked about him recently, have I?
Now, when he says, I don't think I've talked about him recently, is he talking about Trump or is he talking about PODAWFUL? Because he equates me with Trump. So that's there's something a little psychological going on there.
And hoping that he outlaws gay people. Okay, so you're a fucking bigot. Congrats.
So this dude went into chat and said, ha ha, Trump's getting elected in 2024 and he's kicking out all the gay people. Your ass is gone.
Oh my God, some of these people, you know? I think I gotta go down that way. Right.
Hang on a second. He's going to get back to it. This is very quiet. I'm sorry. There's not much I can do about it. I've got it cranked up as loud as possible.
I love that this person said that I was gay. I'm not.
Oh, really? Fascinating. Because not only were you found gay in a court of law, but the reason, and that's not a joke, the reason you were found gay in a court of law is because you, for years, have been claiming on YouTube, publicly, and to the court, which means you committed perjury, that you are bisexual and you had sex with men and you used to go on Craigslist and look for guys with big cocks to suck off. Even Driftwood told us that shit and confirmed it, by the way. He said that was real. Now, I always said that he was faking it for attention. He was pretending to be gay in the same way that Mersh pretends to be molested.
Well, because I wear Joker makeup, did that make Heath Ledger gay? Jack
Yes.
Nicholson and
Yes.
Joaquin Phoenix and
Certainly.
Caesar Romero and
Definitely over top of the mustache.
Cameron Mortigan.
Who? And yes.
Is this the mine?
Okay. So he goes back to the game. Now, I have it on good authority that whoever was fucking with him in this chat and kept coming back in under brand new usernames, whoever this was, they were having a very difficult time getting under his skin. And there was somebody in particular that he just would not mention. And finally, one little thing started to get to him. Now, he's going to talk a little bit about the Joker movie here. If I can find it. He keeps making all these little faces. He's like shaking his head. The chats are coming in over and over. He doesn't have any moderators. He's deleting every single new chat that comes in, shaking his head and getting upset about it, but keeping pretty level-headed. It's actually impressive. I've never seen him accomplish this before. All right, let me see if I can find it. I don't have the timestamp.
Around here, it's been like 94 degrees.
Okay, I think we're getting close.
That's bugging the hell out of me. It like finds its way under my armpit. Super annoying.
Ugh.
Ew.
I don't even know what he was talking about, but whatever. If it was deodorant, I would feel bad for it.
Should I play?
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know where it is. Hang on a second. I thought it was right there.
You know how like RPGs as a kid you just saved in a while. Oops. Man, I hope that's not sewage.
Man, I hope that's not sewage. A thing,
That's a good clip.
That's probably something he says every time he goes to eat dinner.
Every time the garbage disposal is on.
Turn off your garbage disposal! Stop! Stop!
You worthless fucking peons. I'm a king. You're a peasant.
Little master. Well, hello to you too, sir. I thought I had to burp that
Not
for
gay.
a second. Fuck, I hate that. Is this silver? I honestly have no idea.
It's somewhere right around here.
He doesn't have a
Walk
transcript.
into
does he?
things expecting anything. I just watch it. I don't know what people work.
All right, here we go.
And I don't walk into things.
Here we go. Okay, this has got to be it. There is a transcript, but I don't even know what to type in to find this.
Yes.
So the problem
Yeah,
is
okay.
the problem is every chat was deleted. I could have found this easily,
Right.
but every single chat was deleted in there, so there's nothing to go back and like source from it, and it's just these little clips and phrases here and there. But he finally starts talking here toward the end, and of course it's toward the end because whoever did this managed to freak him out enough that he finally just quit the game and stopped the stream.
Joker 2, I think, was good, but, you know, I actually paid attention. And I don't walk into things expecting anything. I just watch it. I don't know what people were expecting out of that movie, but...
So some guy shows up and he starts talking like he's buddy with Joker. Now, to me, it seemed like it was the same guy as the last time, just under a new name, and this time just saying nice things like, hey, bro, what do you think of the Joker? Also, you're big and fat. And he somehow would ignore that second part every single time and read the good part. By the way, that's his stream, like, slowing down and stuttering like that.
Fuck you, Ghost. Fuck you, Ghost. Uh-oh. I was like, I think I might actually die.
He's going to talk a little bit more about the Joker. We want the Joker's thoughts on the Joker before we get my
He
thoughts.
doesn't get raped in that movie. Is that what people are saying?
Okay, so it's very important that Santa Cruz Joker has to answer for this rape crime when it comes to the Joker. I mean, again, he's the first Joker rapist.
No.
How do you watch it? Nothing had happened at all.
Yeah, he thinks it's just not there. Like, it's not even a possibility.
Granted, Harley's
Like,
relationship
you
with
think
him
he just missed the clues of the prison guards?
There's no clues. Okay?
Well,
By
I mean,
all accounts, it's just obvious what's going on in there. The problem is he was so focused on the sex scene between Phoenix and Gaga that he thinks that's what people are talking about. He was beaten off in the theater to that, and of course to the young Gaga fans sitting all around. He missed the rape scene.
No. Granted, Harley's relationship with him in it is under false pretenses.
There you go. See?
But no, he...
Now, when I heard that during this, I didn't put that together that that's what he's talking about here, that he thinks that that's the rape.
willingly gets up in there. No. Like, is that really what people are...
I love that he says that like it's a bombshell.
Also, as if it was possible that that wasn't the case. Like, what is, does Harley Quinn, it is a superhero sort of thing. Does she have some sort of magnetic tractor beam for cocks in her pussy or something?
Fucking kidding me? That's so dumb.
And he's just sitting there thinking about this. He's reading the chat.
Like, it's just so stupid. Hey, I cleared out your ghost problem, by the way.
So that's so stupid. That's the guy turning on him and saying something mean to him, and now he doesn't know what to do because he was responding to the questions. They said in the chat room, they were like, "Didn't you rape somebody, by the way?"
Welcome.
And the chat kept typing, whoever this was, they just kept saying over and over again, "Didn't you beat up your mom? What's with the domestic violence charge?" And the only thing he says to this is, "I don't even know what they're talking about." Now, of course, he knows what, even if it's wrong, if it's not his mom, maybe it wasn't domestic violence, it was elder abuse or whatever, he knows what it's referencing.
Okay. Fuck them, though. No?
Her superpower is context, they say in the chat.
That's not in the movie at all. There's no roofing. Go watch the fucking film.
So I said, is there roofing in the movie? No, there's no roofing. What could they possibly be talking about, Harlan? I wonder.
You got the movie mixed up with the Blue Room.
People? Sit down and actually fucking watch The Acolyte, you know? Sit down and actually watch Book of Boba Fett. Sit down and actually watch Falcon and Winter Soldier. Sit down and actually watch Agatha All Along.
All right, you took it too far.
Stop fucking listening to fucking retards on the internet.
Okay, well, I guess I'll just exit out of this video and also shut down my stream.
What the fuck is wrong with you all? Seriously. Jesus fucking shit, Christ.
One of the strangest gods to pray to, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's way into Indians.
I thought Jesus H. Christ was bad, by the way, but Jesus fucking shit Christ?
Fun movie. It's fine.
I'm a fan of Piss Christ, personally.
Okay, let's not.
It's a little uncomfortable. Joker doesn't kill anyone. At least
that's uncomfortable. He's like, oh god, he's not killing anybody. What is this? Yuck.
Not realistically. It was good. You know, here's...
Okay, there's your review, everybody. It was good, says a man who does Joker cosplay every single day of his life.
I mentioned this in the video. History has repeated itself. 5 years ago, Joker 2019 came out. It was like, oh, it fucking sucks. Oh, it fucking sucks. Oh, it fucking sucks. Oh, it fucking sucks. And then it kept raking in money and made a...
Raping in money?
billion fucking dollars. Won a bunch of awards. Got Joaquin the Oscar. And then...
Crazy, by the way.
Then, you know, everyone was just like, oh, such a good movie. Oh, I loved it so much. Oh, I loved it so much. It's like...
Then if they got all the awards and got all of the money, they were already saying that. Whenever both of those things happen, that's what's... Everybody's in agreement.
Yeah, you hop on the bandwagon. It's not repetitive at all. It doesn't cover the same plot at all. It's about the court case preceding everything he did.
Oh, a court case? Oh, so it's not just a movie about a psychopath who dresses as the Joker. It's a musical. Remember when he was singing in his live stream? And a guy who rapes. It's also a court case. See you in December. Hope you're retarded.
He wasn't just gonna get away with it. Harvey
Isn't
Dent's in
that
it.
court case normally after a crime? He said it was preceding the crime.
Whatever.
A lot of fun. And
He's
it's a
going
musical.
full
Maybe people just
Rufio
don't get
in this.
musicals. I don't know. I am trapped in this fucking place. Help. Okay. You've talked to me in real life before. That's cool.
So the guy in chat says, I've talked to you in real life before. And Harlan's like, oh, okay. You know, he runs into people all the time, fans and people who want to take pictures with him and stuff. He's like, oh, okay, this is somebody who I know.
A lot of people have.
A lot of people have. So he clears it up, though. The guy in chat clears up who he is. He says to Harlan,
It's very much a story about a man who is broken, mentally ill, being used and abused by everyone around him and taken advantage of.
The guy in chat says, I'm the guy who yelled out, hey, Jesse from Pod Awful. Hey, Santa Cruz Joker. I know you, man. That's what the guy in chat says.
Nice.
Turns out the guy in chat was our hero, the dude who shouted out Pod Awful during Harlan's public beatdown musical.
For his popularity. It was
amazing.
A high-profile kill. He shot a man on his own show in front of everyone. Like, people give a shit.
I don't like how much you're enjoying that thought.
And Harley's just
I can't tell if he's enjoying it or about to cry.
Well, it's like so beautiful, dude. The idea of killing a man on his show. He's like, all I can do is brandish a weapon to an elderly person or possibly retard.
A brat who wants a piece of it. Which I like. It's different. It's fucking different.
And by the way, I'm allowed to say that he's gay and retarded and racist. He was found to be legally those things in court.
I pray for all of you who've never read a fucking comic book, because you have no idea. You have no idea. You have no idea how fucking crazy the Joker story is. And Harley's and
crazy
Batman's and all.
statement.
Yeah, okay.
Y'all know movies. It's like people who talk to me about the Harry Potter movies and then they try to correct me about the books. It's like, dude, you didn't even like read the book. Shut the fuck up.
Remember, before he was a Joker cosplayer, he was a Harry Potter cosplayer. He went to school with the lightning bolt drawn on his forehead.
Like, oh my god. To think you can
His superpower is victim blaming.
condense 80 years of history of characters into like 2 hours. You just fucking can't. That's why I kind of hate superhero movies in the end. It's like, you don't get to like grow with these characters.
Hey, what if Funko Pops were a conversation you had with yourself on the internet?
Do you know what I mean? You don't get to have like Batman and Joker battle for 35 fucking films.
Yeah, well, actually, you do, apparently. They've been doing that. I don't know if you remember that movie you were talking about 2 seconds ago.
Because they're going to battle again and again and again and again and again. That's how comics work. But in movies, it's like one and done, one and done, one and done. Let's just get through the roster. Who haven't we used yet? Who haven't we used
Since
yet?
when?
Yeah.
Who would be shocking to cast? I swear to God, if they give Bill Skarsgård the Joker, I'm going to be fucking pissed. Like, before Crow?
Who?
Sure. After Crow? No.
The wobbly eye It guy, you know, he played It. He played the It in It. He's sort of an It guy.
Yeah, Hollywood's Mersh.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Hollywood Mersh.
Right. Oh, okay. Now the Joker is reading that one chat comment, okay? You're seeing him react to finding this out in real time.
Oh, you were that prick. Cool. Go fuck yourself.
Let's watch that one more time. So again, this is the dude who in real life, the Santa Cruz Joker got beaten up by a retarded homeless wizard. And a gay, by the way, a gay for his trans friend who we transed this homeless wizard and his male friend into their own version of Joker and Harley. This is an insane, if you're new, this is insane sounding. But all of that is real. That is true.
All true.
Okay? It was this guy called Driftwood and his little buddy called INCELebuff. Two dudes, right? A black dude and a little sort of, mud goblin. And they, at some point, decided, no, we are the Joker. And then at some point, Driftwood was like, actually, no, I'm the Joker and you're my girlfriend. And Mud Goblin was like, okay. He was on board with that concept. 2 days before, they had never butt fucked before, and now they're butt fucking. So I sent them a Harley Quinn costume and a Joker costume. We have photos of them wearing it. They became butt buddies for like 7 months, and then they just amicably broke up, and then INCELebuff became a man again. Congratulations. So being a Joker turns you trans. Or at the very least, being one of Daddy's little monsters does. So let's just take a look one more time at Santa Cruz Joker reacting to the man who, with his fight with an actual semi-gay, slightly retarded, homeless wizard who beat the shit out of him in real life, the man who shouted out "Pod Awful" during that.
Oh, you were that prick. Cool. Go fuck yourself.
Ooh, that little snort there at the end is incredible. That little snort. That is the I'm afraid the bully is about to punch me right in the nose again snort. That's the I can still remember the taste of the inside of my locker.
Cool. Go fuck yourself.
I'm a white slave. I'm a white slave. My pleasure.
Oh, bunch of assholes.
Now he doesn't know what to do. So the one guy in his chat that he's been talking to for the past 10 minutes, the one guy was like the worst guy it could possibly be. Other than, you know, me, Pod Awful. Or I guess Batman.
You know, the guy you guys keep mentioning, he doesn't even give a shit anymore.
Which was true days ago. Days ago, that was still accurate. We hadn't covered the Joker. But when I found out that this monster, this rapist, this pedophile, is beating up his own retarded mother, I'm just going to go ahead and combine those two things now. That way we cover all bases. I had to do something about it.
The guy from the live stream that I had to deal with, he doesn't even get... I walked past him the other day, looked right at him. He looked at me and then looked away.
He's talking about Driftwood there. He probably didn't recognize you. He's put on another like 100 pounds.
Bringing up fucking shit from 10 fucking years ago.
10
years ago? Can somebody do the math on this? I don't remember when it happened, but I want to say 4.
Fucking pre-COVID shit. Get a life.
I don't think that's true.
You're obsessed with me, and you'll never stop being obsessed with me. And yet, I'm still standing. It's cute. I mean, it'd be funny if it wasn't so fucking sad. Let's go say hi to Vivek before we end this.
And right there, he decides to end the stream. That was the final straw. And of course, that man was actually me, Jesse, the greatest guy. Pod Awful's watching you. And I've been all of the people in your chat room for the past like week. Every day, every live stream. I keep sharing. Maybe we should check to make sure he hasn't gone live tonight. He's not live right now, is he? Hang on a second. Let me just open this up and see. I've been sharing links to his show, his streams, every single time he goes live. 43 minutes ago. That was during the show. He was live. Oh my God, what? Yes, an hour ago. Okay.
Damn.
We missed it. So he might go live again. Maybe we'll wait and see. Maybe a pod after show is in order if that's the case. So
yeah,
I have been sharing his links every single time. And everybody, here's what I've seen happen. The henchmen have been lazy. They've been stupid. I don't know if maybe they don't remember the Santa Cruz Joker. It's been kind of pathetic because every time I see them show up, here's what they do. They go, happy to be here. They just say happy to be here. And then they never say anything else. Now, I would say that they're just getting banned instantly after that, but he doesn't know what happy to be here means. And also, their comment doesn't disappear. So they're not getting banned. They're just saying that sheepishly and then giving up. He's not going to freak out at happy to be. You want to throw out a Pod Awful mention or a, hey, how about we try this one, okay? New one. Hey, what's with the elder abuse charge? Hey, how come you're being charged with elder abuse? Don't we kind of want to know about that one? Wouldn't you think? Maybe just a bit.
Is this a cult if I ever heard one? Yes, it is. It's a cult. I mean, it's the cult of cult.
Support the show. Join the Pizza Fund. PodAwful.pizza.
Pizza.
PodAwful.pizza.
All right, join the Discord, podawful.com/cult. And the show is always live. The show is always going. There's always something happening over in the Discord. PodAwful.com/cult. You can also call into the show right now by joining that and going into the call-in channel. And join the Pizza Fund, podawful.pizza, and get access to all of our premium content, our after shows, which we, again, might do we'll do an after show if he goes live. Otherwise, I just got this Santa Cruz Joker. I've just got the Joker 2 movie review to do. And basically, that's it. We're just going to do the big review because I saw the movie. So if he goes live, maybe we'll go into a pod after show. But we've got tons and tons of after shows, bonus shows, premium content for you to enjoy. And of course, all of the episodes that have not been archived, are not backed up, and are no longer allowed on YouTube. By the way, our archivists, thank you so much to everybody who clips and archives the show. This channel at some point will go down again. I am right now working on potentially getting back one of the channels we've lost. But technically speaking, once those videos go away, they're not allowed on YouTube. Every single person archiving, every single person clipping is taking a risk by doing that. And we need more people to take that risk. You don't have to do anything fancy. You don't have to think, oh, somebody else is doing it. There's no reason for me to do it. Every single re-upload counts. Every single clip counts. Anything put on YouTube, anything that I ever put on YouTube for free, you are allowed to re-upload entirely. You are allowed to monetize it. I don't give a shit. I just want this shit out there, and I want as many backups of it as possible. So if you would like, you can take this episode or any episode of the show, download it entirely, cut it up or don't, and re-upload it to your own YouTube channel and do with it as you please, okay? Keep those clips coming. YouTube hates it. PodAwful.com/cult, PodAwful.pizza. All right, where were we? So I got to review this movie, obviously. Everybody tuned in from they keep saying to me, Jesse, this Joker 2, have you seen it yet? I don't know whether I should go see it. It's only made $50,000 at the box office. It's one of the worst superhero movie bombs of all time. Until I know whether Jesse likes it or not, I don't know whether or not I should bother. Should I vote with my dollar on this movie? Well, I'm going to tell you exactly what I thought about it. But first, we are going to play this Santa Cruz Joker video here. It's called Joker 2 was exactly the movie I needed right now.
3 months. 3 months since I stopped drinking alcohol. I've learned a lot in the past 3 months. A lot about myself.
Oh, really?
The people I surrounded myself with. My family.
Oh.
And who I can truly call friend.
By the way, you didn't holding up that chip is silly. You didn't choose to stop drinking because if I recall, it was about 3 months ago that you got arrested and released after abusing an old retarded person. So I'm going to guess this is a court-mandated sobriety.
And it has been eye-opening, to say the least. You know, I've always found this insipid obsession with Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I find it very insipid myself. Now, this is interesting. I forgot about this aspect, this wrinkle of the Santa Cruz Joker's personality. He, for all of his love of the Joker, does not like Harley Quinn.
The world has to be quite irritating. You know, the Joker has existed for about 90 years now. That's not even a joke. And Harley Quinn has only been around for about, what, 30 of that? That is a joke. He doesn't need her.
Sounds like somebody's a little jealous. Sounds like somebody is a little worried that maybe his guy's being taken from him by a fictional cartoon person.
And boy, does this movie prove it. I remember when I was just a wee lad. My father had just died.
You murdered him.
And around that time, the Batman animated series started up. One of the earliest voices I remember is Mark Hamill's Joker. And being terrified, yet enthralled. And then along comes Harley Quinn. Now at first, she was just a glorified henchman. And over
Whoa! Hang on a second. I need that clipped. Hang on. That's a couch gag.
first, she was just a...
Wait, let's get it a little further back.
Now at first, she was just a glorified henchman. And over time, she gained...
Oh, wait, you know, I got to put this. I'm going to need this later. I just got to do this for myself. Let me put this on the screen here so we can grab this.
Quinn. Now at first, she was just a glorified henchman. And over time, she gained...
Okay, and by the way, glorified henchman. He's basically describing Lenny.
Gained quite the popularity and fan base. And to be fair, Arlene Sorkin really brought her to life in the most sweetest way. May she rest in peace. Tara Strong, however, sounds super fucking annoying as the character. Margot Robbie was lackluster. And why was everyone so obsessed?
Why so serious about this gay fucking thing from when you were a kid? Get over
Lady Gaga in the press junket. And then you realize...
I wonder, why was everyone so obsessed with Lady Gaga? You know, the super famous pop star who's in the Joker movie. I wonder what the...
It's exactly the same in the movie. Art imitates life. You see, I think a big problem is a lot of you don't know musicals. You know, and if you do, you've probably seen like High School Musical or whatever other garbage Disney likes to pop out these days. But I'm talking about musicals. You know, it might be 3 hours long, but My Fair Lady is a good musical. Hell, we wouldn't have Stewie Griffin without My Fair Lady. By George, she's got it. That's...
Well, you got to think, hell, we wouldn't have Stewie Griffin. The greatest thing that My Fair Lady has contributed to society, Stewie Griffin.
That's literally, that whole bit is from that musical. It's really good. Just, you know, pause for some bathroom breaks. And me, I like a jukebox musical.
Oh, man. You know he pauses for so many bathroom breaks. He's got to put on those gloves and throw them in the floor when he's done.
Things a lot easier. I already know the lyrics, and I can focus more on the story. But I wanted more. I did. I wanted it to be bigger and more bombastic. It's the Joker, after all. Except that's the thing. He's not the Joker. We're going to get into some spoilers now.
Okay, let's stop it there. This video, I don't want to spoil it any more than I already have for you. This video got me thinking about something. This is my review of the Joker 2 and INCELebration. Harley Quinn pisses off Santa Cruz Joker for some reason. He doesn't fully state it, but I'm realizing something. He's so laser focused in on the sex scene, which he calls awkward, the sex scene from the Joker movie, the Joker 2 movie, that he's thinking that this is what everyone's talking about with the rape. He's so laser focused in on his hatred for Harley, he can't see the bigger picture. Everybody hates this movie. Almost the only people I've seen give this a good review are Low Res and my friend Ryan. And Ryan likes shit. I don't know what happened with Low Res. Apparently likes the first Joker as well. I don't know what happened with these guys, but they both loved the movie. And I'm not giving my opinion one way or the other just yet. I'll tell you my review in just a second. But Joker hates Harley Quinn, but still loves this movie. I think he's putting himself in the shoes of Harley Quinn when he watches her. I think he wants to be with the Joker. I'm realizing he saw the Joker have sex with Harley Quinn, and it started doing things to him. He was found legally gay in a court of law So it starts doing things to his brain. So how do we break him of this? He's doing a pretty good job. He's staying sober for 3 months, allegedly. He's trying to stay out of trouble. He's trying not to respond to Pod Awful, which we'll see what happens after this episode. We'll see if he responds to this episode existing, because he has now been exposed as a, boom, elder beater. So the worst thing on the Joker's resume, big cartoon bombs on a spring that comes out from his jacket somehow, pretty low on the list. You know, a giant smiling rubber duck in the city's water supply. Okay, I'm not even sure how that's villainy, really. Strange, odd prank. Please don't do it. But yeah, I'm going to put punching your mom at the top of the list for sure. Number 1 with a bullet. So I'm realizing we need to calm this guy down and make sure we need everybody safe in Santa Cruz from this guy's tactics. Because if he's willing to beat up his own mom, who knows what's next on the list? Who knows what might happen to him? What dark, evil things might happen after that? I am the Santa Cruz Batman. I am here to save the city. I am vengeance. I am the knight. I'm not the hero that this city deserves, but I'm the one it needs right now. And I am willing to do this. I'm willing to give Joker what he needs. Now, part of my review, this is a slight spoiler, but in the new Joker movie, the Joker is trying to right his wrongs. He's trying to make up for what he did wrong. He understands that killing is wrong. He understands he did the wrong thing. And after having sex with Harley, he gives up being the Joker. Literally, pussy cured a nigga, but something else did happen between those two things. He also got raped by a pack of cops. So it might have been Bussy that cured him. I'm not sure. Either way, I think I have the solution. This whole time, I've been saying to myself, you know what Joker needs? He needs his own Harley Quinn. But that's silly. He doesn't like Harley Quinn. He doesn't want to be with Harley Quinn. He needs his own Joker. And I've got just the Joker for him. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know her, you're going to very soon. You're going to love her. This is Miss J Joker fan. And much like Santa Cruz Joker, she's obsessed with Mark Hamill Joker.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's me, Miss J Joker fan. Or, as people sometimes call me, the Joker Queen. Now, I haven't been doing very many Joker videos lately because, I don't know, maybe lack of confidence, maybe I've been very busy. And either way, I'm going to do a new Joker impression video for you guys right now.
So this is good. Miss J Joker fan needs a little pick-me-up. Isn't feeling too hot about being a Joker anymore. Santa Cruz Joker needs to right his wrongs. She's ready to stop being a Joker herself.
Let's get into it.
All right, she's working on her instrument. Me.
Okay, that's how you get that Joker sound.
You think she can't gobble knob better than mom?
Here we go.
I mean, I would be careful of them teeth. She got a grill like half me, half Mersh.
I might just do the laugh here.
Jesus.
By the way, Miss J Joker fan is an autistic female Joker fan from Australia. I know you were confused there for a second. When I said autistic, you already thought in your head I was saying Australian. They are very similar things. They sound the same. They are the same. I am being a little bit repetitive. She's completely obsessed with the Joker. It's her whole life, but she has been feeling down in the dumps. She doesn't get as many likes as she used to on her Joker videos.
Oh. You're too late, Batman. Oh. Oh. Well, that was fun. Who's for Chinese?
Okay, so I don't even know what the end of that means, but this is the perfect woman for Santa Cruz Joker. Now let's go to her. Okay, yeah.
You know what they all say, but dying is easy. Poverty is hard.
So that just starts auto playing when you go to her channel. You know you're in for a good time. Let me just check her videos here. Well, you know what? We'll come back to that. She does, by the way, do the dress up as well. We got some shorts. Let's take a look. Ooh, maybe don't do this close. No. Oh, maybe. You know what? Save that one for your betrothed, your Mr. J Joker fan. Wow. Look at this hottie, huh? How could Harlan ever say no to this? This isn't a daddy's little monster. This is the real deal. This is a female Joker, which is, of course, what Harley Quinn was always attempting to be. A sad, pathetic, one of these female carbon copies. All right, let's see. Here, we got a few good ones in here. Just of my daily Joker laugh practice. She does daily Joker laugh practicing. So she's a professional. Which of these Joker laughs do you think is best? Why so serious? She does the Heath Ledger Joker. Pushing myself to do a better Joker laugh. Oh, I feel like no one cares anymore. Let's watch this one. I think this is the one.
And it's not just my Joker videos that no one really likes. I just posted a bloody impression, an audio clip from one of my own videos of me doing an impression of Perry the Platypus, and also just to see how good the impression is. And guess what? Not a single fucking person has put a like on that video or comment.
Oh my God, she's turning into a dog. There's barking.
I just feel like no one cares about my channel. I kind of wish I never fucking made it in the first place.
And that's how Santa Cruz Joker's feeling right now, too.
What happened? People used to love my content, and now they don't give a shit. Was it because I bloody posted AI stuff? I got rid of that AI stuff. I just don't know what to do, guys. And
okay, so I'm feeling pretty bad for Miss J Joker fan. Now, in order for us to try to hook her up with Harlan, we're going to have to get her on the right track. We're going to have to get her back into the groove and wanting to keep making these Joker laugh videos. So I'm posting a link to her video right there, and go click through to her whole channel. Everyone go hit like, which I'm doing right now, and go hit subscribe on, by the way, her channel is for some reason called Megs24 the Joker Queen, but she refers to herself as Miss J Joker fan. And here's a little something. You thought you'd never see it. Not only do we have a female Joker, not only do we have like the female equivalent to the Santa Cruz Joker, we've got the female equivalent to the I'm the Joker baby guy. She did a live performance as the Joker. Finally, we have something to top I'm the Joker baby. Check it out.
Greetings, everyone. This is me, the Joker. I have a very special show for you tonight. So, all of you in the row, you, and especially you, bats who I can't see, you better all be smiling, or I'm gonna come down there and I'm gonna cut them all on your faces. I'm not joking. Have fun.
By the way, at that point, you're allowed to exit the retardatorium, okay? You don't have to stick around. That might be true. When she goes back behind that curtain, she might have some sort of I don't know, razor-edged boomerang, some sort of like a blade-style Triskelion that she's able to throw and catch, and it doesn't hurt her hand, but it instantly cuts through vampires. Something like that. You have to be on the lookout. Okay, so there's one more thing I want to show you, though, with the Joker Queen herself. And this might get in the way. She said she stopped posting the AI stuff, but that's not entirely true. She has one little obsession. There is something she's into. There's something she's into that might get in the way of a relationship with Harlan. I don't know. Maybe he's into this sort of thing. I don't know how he feels about pets or animals in general. Has he ever had a dog? Because she's really into women being forced against their will to turn into dogs. Yeah, so this is AI that she's using to make this woman turn into a dog, but it's her making all the sounds. And this isn't like the only time she does this. She does it a lot. It is her only seeming sexual side. Again, I think a lot of what appeals to people about the Joker is that he's an incel. That's what makes him a literally me character. They don't really like him being sexual. And the only hint of sexuality in Miss J. Joker fan's life is her thought of being forced to turn into a dog. Which apparently involves farting. Just ripping a fat one. Okay, yeah, well, good girl. Good girl. So I'm thinking, like, how do we get them hooked up? How do we make this happen? I think we need to get them both in the honk posting chat on Facebook. Maybe if they both go searching for Clussy at the same time, it'll just sort of be, dear God will work his magic and it'll be Kismet. They'll find each other. Dogged, ugh, another fur. No. Not a furry. We got to be clear. Miss J. Joker fan is not a furry. She is simply into the idea of forceful transformations into a dog. It's painful. It hurts. You're not choosing to do it. She wants it to happen, but she's not choosing it. In fact, her power is not consent. That's her superpower. This isn't very closeted, says Bisec in the chat room. Well, no, I guess not. Okay, let's just check in with Joker, make sure he's not live, and then I will give my review. Okay, he's not live. So
what?
Yeah.
What do they call that profession where like some dude like bangs some blocks together and it makes creepy sounds for sound effects?
Foley artist.
That's what she needs to get into. She needs to become a Foley artist.
Yeah, she could really rip ass. I mean, I bet she can make her ass make all sorts of sounds, not just dog transformation sounds and also dogs barking, which if you didn't understand, the dog barking sound actually came from her ass. She's incredible. She truly is incredible. She's the perfect woman for Santa Cruz Joker. All right, it's time for my Joker review. This is what Truck Bitch is here. Hi, Jex. Did you have something you wanted to add to the festivities?
I'm just shocked by how far people can take this Joker thing.
Well, listen, the Earth's Jokers, that's a crazy thing to say while watching Pod Awful, but the Earth's Jokers are a long and studied phenomenon. We have an entire series on the Pizza Fund called Clown Syndrome, where we study people turning into Jokers. This is a historied thing. I mean, Santa Cruz Joker is just the guy we've talked about the most. He's not the first Joker that I ever covered. He's not even necessarily the most interesting. I think the Winchester Joker is probably my favorite, the guy with the tattooed face. What was it? What was the Cringe versus Cringe where I did a Joker? Was it Joker versus Deadpool? Yeah, it was Joker. We didn't have the term Earth's Jokers yet. We called them Joker guys versus Deadpool guys. Who's more cringe? And I don't remember who won, but it's Joker. The correct answer is Joker guys. And by the way, that's a close fight. That's a real close fight. But I think the Joker guys outnumber the Deadpool guys by a margin of 4-1.
I'll say
Go ahead.
I'll say that. I'm
I don't know. Dirk's all right though.
not even at the risk of sounding gay, because I will sound gay, but I'm no.
Of course, you
stranger
can't help it.
I'm no stranger to conventions or the realm of Batman.
I think you're no stranger to the unconventional.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Because of the gay stuff that you do. You're a gay guy.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. But I don't know how many conventions you've been to, but the ones I've been in,
Three.
been to the. Okay.
And they were all on camera for Pod Awful. That's the only reason I went.
All right. Not even to enjoy it a little bit.
No, I didn't enjoy it at all. It sucked. It was like I thought I would enjoy it, and it was bad. I didn't go. The first time I went was not to make fun of it. It was to be like, I wonder if I can go to this thing for free, and I could. I got to go to New York Comic-Con for free 3 times. I never paid. I went 3 times. Cool. The first time, I just told them I was press, and when they asked me what publication I worked for, I said Pod Awful. And
Pod
it
Awful magazine.
worked.
Yeah.
No, they knew it was a podcast. This was like 2011 or something, maybe 2010. So like, they didn't even know what a podcast was. They were like, "Oh, okay, you got a show and people listen to it. All right, sure, yeah, you can come for free." And they gave me a pass, and then it worked again the next year. And then I didn't try to go again. And then years later, I went again with David Ray Martinez, the old co-host of the show, who's a big black guy, and he's a little nerdy, but he doesn't want to go to that shit either. He just thinks that's, to him, a Comic-Con is like, a 90s Chick-Fil-A. It's just a white people convention. Of course, in New York, that's not true. Comic-Con in New York, it's just DBZ black guys. Like you're stepping over the DBZ zone. You're going into the DBZ line for black people. And was it the first year I went? One of the years I went, they also had Anime Con there. But this is hard to believe. Like in 2010 or whenever this was, people weren't into anime yet. And I know that sounds retarded. Of course they were. But Comic-Con was gigantic, and Anime Con, which took place in the same building, which you had access to simply by having the Comic-Con badge. It took place in a basement room inside the Javits Center that was like tiny and cramped. And even though it was tiny, it still was sparsely populated. And it was just the filth of Comic-Con, all dressed up with furry ears and tails. One guy dressed up as, Perfect Cell or whoever. And then it stank. I mean, Comic-Con stinks because it's a bunch of sweaty, piss-covered nerds. This room just smells like you are inside of a toilet. You are in a porta potty. For a second, I thought like, oh, this must be where the bathrooms are. I actually was looking to take a piss, and I found Anime Con. That's how I got there. And it smelled like they needed. You know what they needed to do? They needed to just throw a bunch of those urinal cakes into the room. These guys fucking stank, man. And there's just nobody there. Disgusting. And by the way, there was nothing there it's just the room. And they go, "We are Anime Con." There's no booths. There's nobody there who's from an anime. It's insane. But anyway, when I went with David Ray Martinez, we went with no passes, no way to get in. And we just went there to make fun of it. And we did a video where we forced people who were going into Comic-Con to let us make them a cosplay costume. But everything we brought there for them to wear was just trash from David's trash can. So he was like throwing a bunch of old shit away, and he had thrown it into his garbage can. And I was like, no, bring that. And so it was like some of the stuff was like toys and stuff, like old toys from his kids. So it looked like it might just be regular stuff. But a lot of it was like, Reynolds wrap or old tinfoil that still had a little stuck piece of lasagna on it or whatever. And we were wrapping this shit around. They were letting us do it. And we were standing in front of this big sign that said, "Cosplay is not consent." But we're sitting there just touching these women's bodies, putting trash on them. And sometimes, like at a certain point during some of them, the people would be like, "This stuff smells like Anime Con. What the fuck? What is this? What are you putting on me?" And we were like, "Oh yeah, no, this is garbage from his garbage can." They start slowly taking it off, but some of them just wore it around the entire convention. And then while we were there, two guys, we packed up. We were going to stop filming for the day. And two guys walk out and they're like, hey, we're not coming back. You want these? Just in that instant, hand it to us. And we walked around the convention for like maybe 20 minutes. And it only took that long because it's so crowded in there. So you couldn't move. And we're like looking at each other like, what are we doing in here? Like, we're old men. This was 10 years ago, by the way. We're old men. This is gay and insane. So anyway, you're saying you go to this gay, insane thing for fun?
No. Yeah, thanks for all that preamble. Yes.
Well, I had to say all that to set up the part where I just accuse you of being gay for going, even though I went 3 times.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. No, I've been to a handful. You know, I don't go.
Oh yeah.
I'll say the frequency has gone down.
Oh yeah, it has.
Come on, you got to be proud of that. Come on. But all I wanted to say is you're talking about the Deadpool Joker thing. You go to these conventions, you're running into Jokers and Deadpools left and right.
Oh, of course.
The Deadpools will make you want to put a bullet in your brain like within 15 minutes.
Well, this again, we have a whole episode. I don't know if this is on the Pizza Fun. I should get it on there. It's a great episode. This whole episode of Cringe versus Cringe where we talk about this. And the reason is, for some reason, when a guy becomes an Earth's Joker or when a guy puts on a Deadpool costume, he's not just wearing a costume. He needs to become he all of a sudden is a method actor. You know, he's Jim Carrey. He wants you to call him Andy while he's on set. He's not breaking character. He's jumping into people's photo. And the real explanation for it is you get to be an asshole. You just get to be an asshole publicly, and everyone has to politely play along with you. And
it's the perfect excuse to be how you really want.
Well, no, you're being the dude you dream. Like those guys in the Deadpool costumes, in their head, they're like, I'm exactly like Ryan Reynolds. I'm so funny. Of course, like they never talk. For some reason, the Deadpool, for those of you who are not nerds, Deadpool is known as the merc with the mouth because he says funny things. But all the Deadpool guys, they're nerds. So they've got this mask on. They feel invincible. But all of a sudden they become mimes. Everything they do that's quote unquote funny is just moving around and being silly, but they don't talk at all. They don't say anything funny because they can't say anything funny. Meanwhile, this is the polar opposite. This is exactly what makes a guy either you flip a coin, you're either a Deadpool guy or a Joker guy. And it's all riding on whether or not you think you can say funny stuff out loud. And if you can't, you're a Deadpool guy. Okay? The second you realize that there's no chance you're going to pull off saying a cool line or a funny line, you're now Deadpool. The Joker guys, though, they think they can do it. It's false confidence. Just like with Miss J Joker fan there, listen to the things they say whenever they play the character, the joke. They don't know what they're saying. They're like not planning this stuff. They haven't thought about it. It makes no sense. I'm about to put a bomb in your pants. And it's like, what? And then you can hear them like work. You can hear the gear grind inside their green paint as they try to think of these silly. And here is what they're thinking. They're going, what did the Joker on the Batman, the animated series, do? He made fish smile. I'm going to make a fish smile. And you're like, huh? What? What are you even talking about? You don't know what he's up to? So that's a Joker guy. That's a Deadpool guy. And you're which one of those are you, truck bitch?
I'm not going to say one way or the other. I will say this.
Not going to say? That means Deadpool guy. Not saying means Deadpool guy. Not saying means Deadpool guy. Not saying means Deadpool guy.
I'll say this. I've dressed up as one of them one time in my whole life.
Deadpool.
Wrong.
Really?
2010 Halloween party.
You are one of the Earth's Jokers?
But one day.
Makes so much sense.
Can I? All right. You know what? We're going to derail here. We're going to get to my Joker review, everybody. Listen. We need to tell this story on the show now. Okay. A crazy thing happened today. A crazy thing happened today. In fact, we might have to show. All right, you know what? We're going to do this. Jex, I need you to tell everybody about the scam you fell for, the crypto scam that you fell for. People need to know about this. Remember, do you guys remember when Trunk and Moosk had their Twitter space together? Okay.
Oh my God.
Trump and Elon did a Twitter space to announce that they're friends or something. I don't know what the fuck it was. I listened to the whole thing. I have no clue what it was about. But Trump came back to Twitter. And this was big. I mean, millions and millions of people listened in on this or heard it after the fact. And of course, there were all of these people who were stealing it and streaming it to YouTube or re-uploading it to YouTube to get clicks. And Jex, you, as a gay guy who goes to anime conventions or whatever the fuck you were talking about a minute ago, you decided to watch it on one of these YouTube videos. But I think you thought you were watching the original, right? Like, you didn't know this was a re-upload.
This is like the crucifixion of myself.
Can you please say the thing that I'm saying?
Yeah, it was I think it was just a live stream because I was looking for a live stream of something having to do with Musk. I forget what was going on, but I was, in my defense, driving, glancing at the phone like once every 10, 15 seconds. And Elon Musk is on stage and he's talking about crypto.
He's not on stage. Oh my God, he's on stage. There was a visual. Yes! This is from... You thought you were listening to the Twitter space, though. Why would there be a visual component to that?
Exactly. When you really break it all down and, put two brain cells together, it's really shocking.
All right, so here's what Jex did. Jex is so stupid that he was listening to a Twitter space. A video comes up. Elon Musk is prancing around, and Elon Musk says directly to Jex, by the way, he's talking to him. He says... He says, Tesla, if you invest in Tesla right now, we will double everybody's crypto.
No, it wasn't even investing. It was, here's a code in the top right corner. If you scan that and send like some crypto amount, we'll double your crypto. I should have known right there.
So double your crypto is not, you can't double everyone's crypto. That's not an option.
Well, what he said is, I will double your crypto any amount.
Jex is calling up his dad going, dude, Elon's about to double our crypto. He's falling for this. He was going to do the scam. And he didn't realize this was an AI guy. Okay.
Yeah, well, there's another part to this.
Okay, go ahead.
Corridor Digital.
No, I'm going to play that. So let me set that part up. I'm showing.
Why? What? I didn't know you were doing that.
Yes, you did. All right, you're retarded for falling for that. All right. So the last episode of the show, we had this whole episode where I revealed that the man behind the scenes, pulling the strings of Pod Awful, is a fellow by the name of Dr. Egon Cholakian. And Dr. Egon has been funding my show for a long time, but I had become worried about him because in the past year, although he's still sending payments, I haven't spoken to him in a while. And he started a YouTube channel, and people all over YouTube are telling me that Dr. Egon has been replaced by AI. And we get into this big conversation about AI and people being replaced by AI and about how you can they've got things now where not only can you clone somebody's voice with AI, but you can make their mouth move with lip sync, and it's free and it takes 2 seconds to do it. And all this stuff comes up today, just hours ago. Corridor Digital, a YouTube channel with millions of subscribers, released this video right here.
Scams. There's no question scams are becoming more and more sophisticated.
Generative AI amplifying the threat of disinformation.
Thieves can use AI to do voice.
This is weeks ago what happened to Jex, by the way, and years ago with me.
Cloning and create deepfake videos.
The experts say it's time for a wake-up call.
These days, with visual effects becoming...
Now, do you see anything odd here with this?
Easier and easier to do. More and more people are using it to try to scam your grandma, grandpa, or just regular old mom and dad.
By the way, your grandma and grandpa or Jex a 28-year-old man.
To giving them money. So in this episode, we're going to show you.
Okay. If you've never watched Corridor Digital before, maybe you don't understand what you're looking at here, but every single comment is pissed at them. I mean, these dudes are freaked out in the chat because the screen looks bizarrely red and the background looks bizarrely bluish green. Remind you of anything? Hello?
Where have I seen this?
Now, I've been getting all this shit for my setup where I'm now red and everything's blue behind. I love it, by the way, but it pisses people off. And now I'm finally figuring out what pisses them off about it. The thing that pisses them off is that they think their phones and computers are broken. And I know that because Corridor Digital's comment section, it's just people going, how much red would you like? Corridor Crew, yes. Corridor Crew, time to upload a new video. The colorblind guy uploading it, red. AI images have too much contrast. They're quoting the video. Uploads video with insane contrast and 300% saturation. And there's a bunch of people. So I'm watching the video, and legitimately, my first thought is, oh, that's a new look for these guys. Looks familiar. And then I just go, cool. Hey, it's catching on. People are doing this now. They're doing the red foreground, bluish background thing, blue-green background thing. And so I thought, this looks rad. This is what I want, these things to look like. Is the stream still good? I'm getting all these little warnings from YouTube out of nowhere for no reason. So I think it looks cool. And then everybody in the comment section is like, I had to fucking check my monitor. I had to turn my phone off. I had to go to my laptop and make sure. Why does your video? They're freaking out. I didn't realize this, but apparently human beings are just bulls, where seeing the color red legitimately angers them. Now, I thought they were doing this on purpose, and I still kind of do. I feel like they were just trying something, because to me, this doesn't look like color correction problems. And by the way, these guys are VFX artists. You can't accidentally do this. I will say that they've been uploading some videos lately, though, where clearly a new guy is editing, and it's bizarre. So maybe. But I go to the comment section, and they've got a comment at the top where it says, not sure what happened to the color of this video. We'll get it swapped tomorrow once people are back in office. In the meantime, enjoy the extra trippy version.
Wait, they actually know?
Now, two things. One, they're claiming now because everybody's mad. People are pissed. This is like, when Mersh is like, okay, crank up the red a little bit more. And he's freaking out. All these people are freaking out at me over remember when I first came back for Season Ephemera Obscura and everyone lost their minds about the red? Yep. And one guy is like, this is the best the lighting's ever been. Please keep it. And then everybody else is autistic about it and pissed about it. So they're trying to save face. They're like, oh, yeah, it was a problem, an accident. By the way, turns out if you have millions of subscribers, you're allowed to re-upload without losing anything. That's what they're saying. They're able to swap their video out. You don't get to do that. I've never been able to do that. Because imagine the kind of chaos, the kind of havoc you could cause by doing something like that, where you put up a video, it gets millions of views, and then the next day you swap it out for like, hey, if you watch this, you're a gay guy who drinks cum, and that's just the entire video. And there's all these people commenting on it, where you said in the original video, you said, hey, comment down below with your real name and address. And so there's just millions of people who are commenting on the I drink cum video. So yeah, again, it's this, this two-tiered system on YouTube, but not the point. Just an interesting little factoid on this. So I'm watching this. I'm like, that's kind of interesting. And then let's see if I can find it. I was not planning to go over this, but all right. So they start talking about AI and how people are being replaced with AI. I think we were talking about on Wednesday.
That have been on TV since became color. We're just people editing stuff together.
This is, by the way, dark future. This is dark future stuff we're
But
covering.
I saw a scam featuring Elon Musk on YouTube that was the best fake Elon Musk I've ever seen. And in fact, these live streams, there's probably one going on right now. They go and they buy a YouTube channel with a lot of subscribers. They change the name to Tesla, and they start a crypto scam where they basically ask you to send them crypto, and they say that they'll send you back double what you send them, which is...
Oops! Uh-oh! Did you notice that? Oh, you messed up again. There's some more. No, not that, Urquid. They messed up with their graphics one other time. You see how they blurred out the what do we hate, by the way? Another pod awful thing. We hate QR codes, don't we, folks? So they blurred out the QR code here so that you don't scan the scam. Because Jex is sitting there right now he's grabbing his phone out of his pocket so fast, his pants just ripped off so that he can scan this thing and send it to his dad. They blurred it out.
What you send them, which is...
Wait, no. Go back. They blurred out the QR code. Come on. But look at this. Look. You only see it for 1 second. Oh, okay, Jex. Gotcha, bitch. They forgot to blur it out the whole time. They They were in DaVinci Resolve and they didn't move that playhead one fucking pixel. They missed it. All right, so go ahead and get your scam money.
Yeah. BS. But take a look at this.
Look at this.
Imagine sending just 1 Bitcoin and receiving 2 in return.
So I feel like this one could trick a lot of people.
This is the video. This is the exact thing that Truck Bitch fell for.
The site
I wasn't even looking at it.
You're the one who said there he was on stage. How did you know that?
I looked at it like 1 second. Come on.
This is a secure SpaceX protected space.
SpaceX protected space.
To me, this looks like it's an actual real presentation and it's an altered performance of it. Yeah, you can kind of see some artifacting around his mouth when he moves his head to the right.
So they go.
Oh yeah, things you can't see when you're driving. Okay,
but hang on. So they go into depth about again, we were just talking about this, the lip syncing technology, all this kind of stuff. Watch this.
You can really see it over the background. You start getting some glitches.
What looks good to you guys?
Well, I mean, the convincing aspect of it is the fact that it's on a channel called Tesla. I'd say like 97% of the image is original and real. The only thing that's being augmented here is just the mouth. And you can kind of tell when you're really looking at it, it's like the teeth and the lips kind of look weird. And the black values of the inside of his mouth are real dark.
Yeah, classic compositing. What they're doing here is, as we mentioned, AI voice is very easy to replicate. They've written it out, and it's then turning that text into Elon Musk's voice.
Which we know all too well about.
And they're using something called Wave to Lip. And Wave to Lip lets you feed audio and take a video.
I've used that myself.
The face, and it just animates the mouth to match that audio. It doesn't manipulate anything else. So in this case, all they're doing is they're changing the lip sync to match the generated audio of these new words that are being spoken in the voice of Elon Musk. Very clever, very devious, but there's some very clear giveaways.
So they're gonna, now the nice thing about this video is, you know, they say at the beginning, this is sort of a video for old idiots, like extremely old, like octogenarians. They show this really sad video. You know, my dad is almost 80, and they show this sad video where it's these old folks sitting around on their couch watching YouTube on the TV, as they do, and they're watching an AI video of Barron Trump singing about his dad. My dad is the greatest president that ever lived, and they think it's real. And their, you know, grandson or whoever who's filming them, which is this is, by the way, the same type of crime as like filming Terry Schiavo on her deathbed, which, by the way, was just her regular bed. This is the, you know, this is the kind of thing where you're not. I one time, you know what? This is true. I learned this lesson myself the hard way. I one time made this video. I was with my dad on. I went to visit him on vacation one year. This is probably fucking 14 years ago or something now. And I thought, I came up with this idea. Wouldn't it be so funny to film my dad and ask him about some modern thing that he doesn't know about and just get him to say, and I did this whole video. I mean, this is a long time ago. I think people have actually done this video since then, and I never released it. But it was, I just showed him pictures of Pokemon. And I was like, name this Pokemon. There's no way he would ever, he doesn't even know who Pikachu is, you know? And I told him beforehand, I was like, obviously you don't know the name. If you somehow do, say it. but just make up a name. So it makes him look dumb. And I'm watching the footage back. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I'm just making my dad look dumb for being old. Like, he's not a child is dumb for knowing the Pokemon. He's not dumb. So I've never done anything with the footage, never put it out there. Filming your grandparents believing in AI Barron Trump and his magical little song is elder abuse on the level of Harlan Dale Absher. You should be able to be put in jail for it unless you're found legally retarded. So when grandma falls for the Elon Musk scam, that's fine. The grandma at the beginning of this video goes, but that's him. That's a picture of him. And their grandson's like, yeah, grandma, yeah, it is. Fucking retard. You stupid bitch. And it starts poking her in the fucking head. Now that's mean with grandma. But with Jex, you should be found legally retarded for this. I mean, look at this thing. So they're giving tips on how to avoid this for, you know, the pitfalls for old people, basically. Let's take a listen to the tips.
This one that you mentioned, Ren, is the black levels. This is a classic VFX thing. When everybody's compositing...
Yeah, who's that Pokemon? Yes, I was doing who's that. I essentially did who's that Pokemon with my dad. I swear to God, like years later, I saw somebody do this exact bit. They just took their old ass granny or whoever and made her come up with names for Porygon.
An image element into another image element. If your camera in real life can't capture below a certain level of like black value in your image, like something isn't darker than a certain point, to then have an element in your visual effects bit be darker than that immediately gives it away. The black levels in his mouth are like lower than the black levels on his black jacket. The other thing that's a really big giveaway is anytime you're manipulating footage that already exists, you have to deal with when things no longer overlap and they should have overlapped. In other words, if my head is here, but then I've deep faked myself to have my head turned over here, well, there's a bit of the background here that's now being exposed, a hole in your footage, and that needs to be filled in. Look at those little edges of the background, something getting blurry and futzy and jumping around, and that's because it's being synthesized.
So this is all great info, great tips, and yes, Jex, there's no way you would have noticed. You wouldn't have noticed this even if you were paying attention. It's so small in your phone screen. But of course, you're driving. I don't listen. You're right. There's no way you would have noticed that. So let's just listen to their tips.
To fill in a spot where that data was missing. That's something that you really want to look for. The biggest tell when it comes to deep faked faces is body language versus spoken language. We all have linked things that we do. Like when I talk, my hands move and they move on a certain beat, right? Like they are at the punctuation of my syllables and my head goes down when I say my words. When you look at Elon's body language and when he's talking...
And you wouldn't have noticed that while driving.
They don't line up. And the biggest thing you can tell is when he breathes in. Because if you're adding fake audio, you can't talk when you're breathing in.
That's a good one. We can see his chest.
Yes, I fucking can. I can fucking when I'm singing and I better fucking stop it.
Plot things like head motion versus words. Sometimes when people smile, they tilt their head back, for example. Some other people, when they smile, will tilt their head down. And you can very clearly see those coordinated
Joker
moments
face.
happen. So if you want to tell if somebody is faking what they're saying, if you want to tell if the footage is manipulated, look at the body language. Look at the breathing. Look at the hand gestures.
All things that old people ain't even going to catch that, and they're not driving trucks.
Head gestures. The Adam's apple moves with me when I talk in real life, but a deepfake is only replacing here. It doesn't replace your Adam's apple.
These are all really great ways to figure out whether what you're watching is real or fake. But for me, while I watch this, I still can't get out of my head. Like, if you're already not in the mindset that you're about to be tricked, or you're not suspicious or critical or cautious for that matter, it's like none of this stuff works. Like, you can't debunk this if you're not in the mindset that you could be being tricked.
Anytime someone's wanting money.
Listen, I think they're arguing in your favor here, Jex. I think
that's what I'm saying. That's the whole reason I was trying to bring it up in the first place.
This makes you look good. This makes you look good. I'm sorry. Let's just watch it.
You online or even in real life, those flags should go up. You should immediately put your guard up for every situation. So in this case, I thought it'd be fun to try to recreate this. Hi, the real Nico here, telling you to drink motor oil. Don't listen to that AI scam. You want to put
I have sponsor block and it's still playing it. Now let me skip it. Here we go.
Ability to do these.
Good. All right, back to the AI psyops.
The ability to do these things is getting easier and easier, and the quality of these things are getting better and better. In fact, Meta just announced a bunch of stuff yesterday, and as part of their presentation, a friend of mine actually got up on stage with Zuckerberg.
The main thing I want people to take away from my book is the idea that you have the power to create your own opportunities.
Now anyone can make their own AI-generated avatar to talk on your behalf.
Why?
I know. Don't question the why. I don't get it either, but it's a thing that they've been wanting to do. So yeah, this is an example of a live interaction. This is gonna take that to the level of like, but I was talking with him. The difference between this and what we were showing with Elon Musk is that it's not working with a pre-existing video. It's actually generating all of it from scratch. So you're not gonna see those same type of artifacts where it's like, oh, the words and the lip motion don't really match up with the characteristics of the rest of the shot.
Yeah, the body language would theoretically align now with the words, but when you're doing a full synthesis like this, it's just simple as being like, well, can you show me the back of your head? And it's like, well, no. Or even just like turn your head to the side once and then back and then to the side again, and does the ear look the same both times? Wait, does this shirt say "It Zuck Nut Night"?
Why do people wear dumb stuff like that? Like come on. Like,
Zuckerberg has embraced the Zuck by the way. We used to say Zuck is like a slur against his people. His people. Tech companies.
He branded himself. After the congressional hearing where he looked like a lizard, he needs to look cooler now.
I know, but like I hate how modern fashion is just like poorly cut shirts.
This is kind of state of the art in terms of like AI avatar stuff right now, but like the lip motion is so much better than anything I've seen from something that's generated, and yet it's still not 100%. There's still a little bit of uncanny valleyness there.
I almost feel like that's a 3D model with like a...
Okay, now I'm only continuing to play this because I was waiting for one specific thing here. Let's see.
Recreating celebrities or like faking endorsements to sell real products. But right now on the internet, thousands, millions, potential.
Okay, well, I can't find it and I don't want to sit here and watch the entire video. But basically all those times where I was like, well, this is making you sound good, Jex. This is actually in your favor. This is fixing it for you. At some point in this video, they go, I think the real tell is that he says that he will double your money.
I know. No.
So you're still a retard. And also, so even old people are a retard for believing that one, you know? Like it doesn't even help grandma. As long as he's saying your crypto will double it. And by the way, not just you, everyone, the millions of people listening. Yes, we're just going to invent new money instantly, which I guess is what crypto is, kind of.
Interesting thing about AI.
Any amount.
Who am I more or less true.
Yeah, any amount, no limits. Sky's the limit, baby. Call up daddy, let him know.
Across the board.
And you had to call up your dad, and then I told you it was fake. This is the most embarrassing part. We were in Discord, and I had to tell him it's fake. He didn't get it. And then he had to call. I heard him call his dad and be like, Dad, yeah, that thing I told you about the crypto. Yep, it wasn't. Yeah, cancel it. Cancel it.
My grandson Jesse had to tell me
because these images come from noise initially.
All right, but then this video gets even crazier. Okay, just assume that what I just said happens at some point in this video. It does. Now let's watch this. Look at this. This is nuts. So again, on Wednesday, I revealed the man pulling the strings behind Pod Awful, Dr. Egon Cholakian. Why is this fucking up now?
My name is Egon Cholakian.
Oh, there we go.
The impetus for my address today is the release of the highly...
I'm not playing the video I played for you on Wednesday. This is still the Corridor Digital video.
...impactful documentary film, The Impact.
It's kind of like a doomsday cult / not. Basically, the message is we're destroying the planet and everything's gonna go to heck. And so they're gonna make 3.5-hour long documentaries
That's
every
bullshit.
week.
I watched that whole video. That is not the message.
Hey, listen, if he thinks it's a doomsday cult, it is. Join the doomsday cult. PodAwful.com/cult. We'll be right back with my review of the new Joker movie.
God entered my body like a body my same size. I knew all of God's secrets.
Would you now like to know what God thinks?
One apple is our God now.
And I do see non-stop visions from God. Do you want to get an answer on what God thinks from somebody that doesn't have God, or do you want an answer from somebody that does have God? Click on the link.
All right, and we are back. Again, join the Pizza Fund, PodAwful.pizza. Join the cult, PodAwful.com/cult. And now is the time for my review of The Joker, Folie A Deux. And I think the best way to probably get into this is, you review a movie, you show the trailer at the very beginning of it. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's the official trailer.
Gotham City is nothing but neon biker gangs, leather freaks, and cross-dressers. Is that what you want? Come home!
No, I won't, Mom. I'm gonna be a comedian. When I look back on my life, before going jokeman to harlequin, so to speak, I wasn't even sure I existed. It's like blurry, cracked mosaic of all these gender revelations. You mean she's a he?
I'm trans.
Well, I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry. I was fairly certain I was in love, and I was so afraid of that feeling going away.
Ah, but you should be afraid.
I just want my happy little boy back.
I just don't feel like a boy.
You're not. Boy, I've developed an experimental treatment. You'll be Mama's happy little boy.
Also comes in rainbow for pride.
It was for Joker. Someday a clown would rise.
Sounds pretentious.
It is.
Whatever you say, Mr. J.
Hunka hunka.
Now you must journey inside yourself.
I'm not a hero, and I'm not a villain either.
So who are you?
I'm a woman in my word.
Wow, there you go, guys. Joker 2.
I thought clowns were supposed to be funny.
Folie A Deux. So here's my review. Now, I gotta be honest, I didn't know that it was gonna be so trans heavy, the entire movie, when I went to go see it. I mean, I understood, again, it got leaked about the rape, so I assumed there was probably a little bit of trans stuff. And obviously, I've now learned that being a Joker is being trans. That's kind of how it works. Also, I've always suspected Lady Gaga, probably. It just seemed like, I'm not doing any transvestigations, the shoulder hip, ratio or anything like that. But if she's tucking something, I ain't going to be surprised. Like, she always came off as a drag queen or something. I don't know. But anyway, I would give it, 3.5 out of 5 stars. So yeah, it's pretty good. That's the movie I watched. Oh, by the way, I was thinking about this. When did Joker come out? 2019 is when the first one came out. When I did my review of the first movie, which I never watched, but I did a review on that movie. Not long after that, maybe just a couple months after that, we covered that guy, the Winchester Joker, who had the tattoos on his face. And in that episode, I did a parody, the first guy to ever do this, of Poker Face by Lady Gaga, called Joker Face, and made it about nobody had done that before, which was crazy. I sort of predicted that Lady Gaga was going to be in the Joker, so I thought it was appropriate. With the first movie, it wasn't a musical. With my second review here, the movies are musical. We should probably make this one a musical too. So let's bring back Joker Face. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is to play us out. Joker face about the Santa Cruz Joker this time. I've slightly altered the lyrics. This is a new version of the song. Pray I don't alter it any further. Okay, check it out. Joker face. It's a musical. This is a musical episode. Okay. He beats up his mom. My mama. My mama. I want a Joker like Joaquin in the movies. Makeup, let me wear it. Beat my mommy, shooting sprees. Locked in institutions, getting raped while behind bars. After I am freed, tell them how I got these scars. I just got raped, showing them my scars. I just got raped, showing them my scars. Can't see my, no you can't see my Joker face. Legally, I'm retarded. Can't see my, no you can't see my Joker face. Legally, I'm retarded. Joker face, my Joker face. Joker face, my Joker face. All right, and let's check to see if Santa Cruz Joker's live here real quick. Has he gone live? Not live. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there's the program for you. I just want to say this real quick. I have not ever actually seen the first Joker movie. I've never watched it. I will never see the second Joker movie. That shit is gay and retarded. Honestly, the first movie is just a ripoff of much, much better movies, and not just the Scorsese obvious ones. Taking an IP that has existed for as long as Santa Cruz Joker was talking about, almost 100 years or whatever, and that's not even a joke. Taking that and just trying to put a coat of clown paint over top of the king of comedy. And by the way, Black Swan. Remember the Natalie Portman movie, Black Swan? A lot of similarities there, too. The point is, that movie stinks and is retarded. Okay? And I don't care who liked it. I don't care why you liked it, because I know why you liked it. You liked it because that character was a literally me character. If you enjoy that movie, you're sitting there having Joker thoughts, and you are a murderer. You are a mom beater, as far as I'm concerned. You're a freak. You're a weird little loser. And I'm talking about even the tiniest little bit of entertainment value you got out of that is insane to me. Because again, you could just watch all of those entertaining parts in much, much better films. What you really like are modern visuals. And in that regard, you are also declared legally retarded. The reason that all of these losers are freaking out about Joker 2 is because the director of the movie didn't want to make it. And when he was forced to do it because he'd signed a contract, which kind of your fault, by the way. You're kind of gay for getting all mad about having to do a thing you signed up for. In every regard, from every angle, everyone involved with this project, from fans to the creators themselves, are kind of dumb. And I cannot believe we live in a world where everyone liked a movie that was so bad, so much, that they forced a guy who said he would do it to make another one, and then he hired Lady Gaga to shit all over it. Everybody's saying that this new movie is just making fun of the literally me guys. Everyone's saying that the reason they made it a musical and then hid the fact that it's musical is to make fun of the literally me guys. Everyone's saying that they raped the character Joker to make fun of the literally me guys. And so the literally me guys are mad that the Joker got raped because they literally got raped in their own minds. You're mentally the raped. You are part of the Earth's raped. And honestly, that detail, the part where it's making fun of Joker fans, the part where it is castigating and chastising the people who supported the Joker to a degree that they thought the Joker was the hero, that he was the right guy, makes me kind of want to see Joker 2, but I'll never do it because I am not a literal shit-eating retard. Here's the thing. You like Joker and you wanted to see a nice big sequel where it's even bigger and even better. And oh my gosh, the Joker, he's now fighting Batman and all this stuff. Well, guess what? When you ask for that, you know what you get? You get what you fucking deserve. You're an idiot. Till next time, have an awful day. Bye. And by the way, I made this episode because I hate you. Get raped, Joker hater.
I live in a hellhole, surrounded by idiots.
Oh, by the way, every time I said raped on YouTube, what I meant was retarded. So now it's okay.